I think he might be muted, but that's okay. Hello, everybody. Oh, no, he's not muted. Not muted. No, never mind then. I thought I heard what the issue was, but no, my brain's just broken right now. But that's okay, because you know what? Brains will be broken today for Marvel Rivals, as they usually are. I mean, a lot of the time we play ranked, right? And we have our Widow mains. I wonder who that would be. That absolutely turns off their brain stems and they go forth and drop 0 and 10. That's me.
Apologize.
No, that's okay.
Hello. Am I any better now?
I can hear you.
I guess I just
It's a Christmas miracle.
I guess I just needed to restart VMix. Apologies, everybody. But yes, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the RRL. Day 2 of week number 1 here. I am Vix Ayres, joined by Keg himself. Welcome, Keg, to the broadcast desk. You will be seeing a lot more of Keg every single week. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, happy to have you here. How's it going, friend?
Thank you. It's great to be here. I'm very excited to see how this all turns out, and I'm very excited to be working with you, Vix. This is going to be a great day today. We've had an amazing day number 1, and after the rundown that we see how we got to where we're at today, I can only imagine the games are going to be better from here.
Oh, goodness, I can only imagine. Yesterday was an absolute ballpark night. We had 4 great teams face off against each other. Nightshade taking their first victory last night, which was just gorgeous. After that, following up, we did have Militia, who ended up taking the set 2 of games, unfortunately, due to a little bit of a, coincidence that happened with one of the teams. They had to give it up, but that is completely okay. Life happens. There will be more games here in the future for those teams to play, and I can't wait for the run back on that, because hopefully there will be no problems in the future, and I need a run back from those teams. It was so action-packed. The tension last night, Keg, was just building so much, and it was beautiful.
It was palpable.
Oh God, yeah, it was in the air. You could cut it with a knife.
Yeah, you were sweating. Yeah. You were red in the face. So I mean, we saw you.
Yeah,
we were like,
even me right now. My hair's gone. Yeah,
every strand of it.
It's every single strand.
Every single one.
Tonight is going to be no difference whatsoever. We do have Ayres versus Moonlights for our first game. Our 3-map series, of course, going to be Clintar, Spider Islands, and then Hell's Heaven to round it out. And for our set 2 of games, we do have the Pillarmen versus KC Strikers up and coming. All of these teams, I've just been so looking forward to it the whole day. I've been in this lovely chair, and I'm surprised the chair is even still standing. The excitement, it's weighing me down. So, I mean, look at me. Like, I look way down.
You slept in the chair last night. You've been there for at least 48 hours. You're glued to it. We just don't. I mean, we have the repairman coming right now to scrape you off. But I mean,
it's like a truck stop in here right now. You know what I mean?
My whole life is a truck stop.
Exactly.
bathroom.
That's a perfect euphemism for life. One big truck stop.
So my question though is Aries, right? Are
Yeah.
you an Aries?
No, I am a oh god. I'm an Aquarius. That's what I am. I'm a February Aquarius.
I
Beginning of
forgot
February.
that existed.
Yeah, I'm not too into astrology, no
Really?
disrespect if anybody is, but I think it's cool.
Huh.
A lot of people are into it, a lot of people I know, but me personally never got too deep into it. But when I see it, I will say some things apply, but I
You strike me
pretty
as
cool.
the astrology type.
Really? That's it.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never gotten that from somebody,
It's the
but I
nose
enjoy
ring.
that. Oh yeah, oh of course, it's the nose ring. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's not what they call me with the nose ring, but unfortunately, my Oh, but I love my nose ring.
What do they call you then?
Silly. They call me
Oh.
silly. Yeah. My goodness. But we do have some other lovely gamers that are going to be joining us here. We have our analyst desk, Sarale, who's going to be back over on the analyst desk. Because some people couldn't remember the daylight savings were a thing yesterday, so unfortunately, somebody wasn't able to join us. We also have, of course, Aluk, who's going to be joining us on the analyst desk, such as he did yesterday. So how about we throw it over there to a minute, let the boys talk, and kind of take us what we're going to see today, boys.
Thank you
Sorale,
so much, Vix and Keg. Look, I'm so glad to be back.
welcome home. Thank you, Vix and Keg, for bringing it back over to the analyst desk. Welcome back to the analyst desk. So, now that you're over here, you can give us all the juicy details without having to scream your head off during the casting. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good today. We actually have some pretty exciting games. We did have a couple of last-minute additions to teams, which made both of us scramble for more information. One thing that we can tell you immediately is Ayres now has a GM Widow main on their team. Could be
Giving
quite
some
terrifying.
spoilers.
Widow in the right hands, completely deadly. Look, if
Yeah,
they're anything like
Widow
us, they're
last
doing
night-
the research.
Last night, I was playing some games with some friends, and Black Widow would not let me just exist. So, I know recently, especially during our scrims, we were kind of giving her a little bit of a lower rating on the stands, but it feels like people are starting to figure out how she fits into all the different comps and the different metas that we've been seeing. So, I'm kind of hoping to see how this one player stands out in the Resilient Rivals League.
Oh, likewise. So, since we were separated before, what are you thinking that Moonlights is going to be bringing to the table today?
I mean, after yesterday's games between Mojangles, Militia, and our game 2, and then our game 1 being Birthright and Nightshade, I think the bar has been set. So everybody definitely tuned in yesterday. I think, our real serious competitors have sat down, gone to the drawing board, and been like, all right, this is what we need to bring. I understand that, we had to do some last minute roster changes as well, but, we're probably going to see a real hard mix of teams that are still going to try to find that 2-2-2 comp, and pocket one of the DPS and make sure that the healers don't get dove on, because that's what we saw a lot yesterday. Was one of the teams in each match trying to find footing to get around the flanks, get behind the other team, and just take out a tank, take out the supports, and just be a menace. Like, I don't know if you remember how well Space did with that strategy yesterday, but I'm hoping we're going to see that. Especially, I'm going to guess that Moonlights is probably going to take that approach.
Very likely that that happens. And Space, honestly, in another league of their own. It's posted in the back, but after checking the numbers, they're currently top 10 Captain Americas on their platform, which is absolutely insane. I thought they were a support main, but they are multifaceted.
That was definitely not news I was expecting. Like, I was so motivated last night to play the game. I didn't do any research. I just locked in, and because my heart was pounding yesterday. Those games were insane. You asked me how these teams are going to perform, but like, who are you watching?
Honestly, this game is a bit of a toss-up. I want to see how this new player for Ayres is going to play. I want to see if it comes through, how the Widow does. If it doesn't, How are they going to recover from that? What else do they have in their bag? Although I don't believe we have too much time going forward. We're going to have to be throwing it into the game soon here. Is there any kind of final thoughts, any kind of wishes that you want to see for this match?
I'm not 100% sure. There's not more insightfulness that we can provide at this time. I mean, we had a full set yesterday. Unfortunately, we had to get closed short, so we didn't get to see any Hell's Heaven. But you know, both teams, both matches yesterday, excuse me, went very hard during Clintar. So I think both our current teams, Casey, Ayres, and Moonlight, are ready to go. So we should send it back over to the casters.
Here's hoping for an explosive start to our series, and let's bring it back to our casters as we begin our game.
Hello. I want to start off with a formal apology to a look. It was me. I was the Black Widow that destroyed you in this rooms. I'm sorry.
I mean, you know, what else can you really do? Keg on one of his, I'm sure, many Smurf accounts with Black Widow. Clearly a top 5 Black Widow player in all of North America. Quite literally, the entire Black Widow main subreddit is him. I don't even know what else to say, honestly.
I was posting on it right during the break, yeah.
You got to fuel the propaganda somewhere, but more propaganda here. As we're about to see Clintar coming on out, symbiotic surface. Here we go, convergence.
Propaganda. They call me the Red Scare.
Propaganda is useless, as another player or another character in another game would say. But I am very excited for this. Keg, last night, all of Clintar was just insane. We had multiple teams able to take the first point on Clintar in just a singular take. It took a while for people to be able to figure it out, but it ended up working in the end. That happens sometimes. That's okay. But
that's okay. It's my brain when I dream.
We do have Ayres over here on the attack first. We talked a little bit, you know, speaking of Black Widow, Claire, who is a very prominent Black Widow player. They very much enjoy the character. Going to actually be protected with a Wolverine ban coming out from Ayres. Meanwhile, Moonlight going to be banning the Bucky and Moon Knight. That's how my brain feels on ibuprofen. And then we also have Doctor Strange being protected from Moonlight as well. Now with the Luna Snow banned out from Ayres.
Yeah, this is really interesting from the attacking side. They're getting rid of a lot of the major DPS players. They might not be aware that Claire is the Black Widow aficionado of the universe, besides me, of course. We're the only two Black Widow mains that exist in all of this game. But banning out the Wolverine, banning out the Luna Snow. I think a lot of what we're seeing from the reserves and the bans from the defense side is very catered towards enabling Claire to succeed.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the Luna ult anymore and just tank damage away. The Wolverine can't backline into the Widow and destroy her. This is entirely catered to make sure Claire can just do Claire things.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do like the Mantis pick as well for an obvious reason, empowering Claire. Those headshots are going to be killer, and I am very excited to see Claire hit those shots. But I want to give a little bit, I want to give a shout out to the attacking side as well for picking Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. I am a happy camper to see Wanda played ever. I know Sarale is over there happy for me. Red Rising Lover absolutely loves Scarlet Witch. That is one of my accounts where I only play her. I love her.
I don't know if I like this team comp though, Vix. The thing is though, like you have the Mantis, that's gonna be your secondary DPS essentially. One shot against the Scarlet Witch, that's so unfortunate. But where's the damage going to come from? The Magneto with the team up off of Scarlet? Sure, maybe for frontline DPS, but you have 2 shield vanguards out now, backlining with the portal. This is gonna be a lot of fragmentation. This portal strat needs to work.
This is going to be very interesting. It feels like a little bit more of, I don't even know what to call it, an attrition they want to get here, but Claire actually going to be killing Scarlet Witch once again with that deadly headshot. They are trying to play off that team up. The sword that Magneto has is going to be doing so much work for them. Hopefully, it is a little bit of a long cooldown. It's going to be one of the only sources of damage, but that's why they're running this triple support. A lot more DPS going to be coming from this Mantis, and as we talk, we're going to be getting 2 kills. Hawkeye going to be getting one onto the Doctor Strange. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful with the Invisible Woman on the defensive side going down. Ayres going to be losing another in the form of Halcyon. Now look at this attack right now. How is Moonlights going to be able to fully take this point though? Root walls going up everywhere. Cactus Arms, yeah, this is really nice. They're trying to hold this as much as possible, but 2 more from Moonlights go down. Sorry, Moonlights. And now, yeah, look at this. The defense is just falling one by one. There goes Claire finally dying, and it looks like the defense might be giving this one up, saying the attack has been able to do it with the Wanda.
I mean, you're so up close and personal. Having
Now
the
they have
Hawkeye,
a Wanda. Sorry.
and you have the Black Widow. It's not going to work out well when you portal in the backlines. It's too up close. But now that you have a gigantic funnel for the payload itself, this team comp should work a lot better. A lot more verticality to fix. Astra on this Scarlet Witch can find a lot more impact off the team up with Cactus Arms. Swapped away, and this is going to be double aggression from both sides. But again, Claire's the odd one out. She has to have that team up alongside Haley Khan's Mantis to find that extra damage.
I really am a big fan of the Thing on the defensive side as well. One of the most popular tank lines in memory for about the last week now has been Thing Magneto. They enable each other so much. Oh, speaking of Magneto, just about to go down there. Very low health. Now we see the Cloak and Dagger ult come out. It is indeed co-op time. Cactus Arms is going to be finding the first kill of this engagement. Ult's coming out left and right. A double kill for Lethal on the attack. Ayres going crazy right now. Trying to get as much as they can here. Cactus needs to stay alive, trying to stall the card as much as possible. We do see Wanda going on up. Another Magneto ult. Unfortunately, not going to be able to block it. Not able to kill anyone. Halcyon going to be going down on the side of the defense. Claire possibly, I believe, in the back, trying to be getting as much damage as possible. They want to slow this card. Here's the Thing, though. Going to be coming on up. Are these sucker punches going to be doing enough? A lot of shielding coming on out. There's the dash. Wake after. They're trying to slow it down a little bit now. Claire ends up getting a kill on the treadmill, which is looking lovely. Now, what are they going to do here? They lose 2 members. Both tanks of the defense are gone and DPS gone. Is this going to be the second point for Ayres?
Hasn't been much stopping power from the defensive side. You lose Cactus Arms, you lose out on Claire. There's really just no arms to this play. Cactus once again swaps away. Groot to Magneto, now to Strange for the portal. Go back in once again. It's real safe. Could work. Clobbering time out now. This is good. It's a way to smash down the entire attack. But look at how many ults are set up now for the attacking side after this push.
It's going to be very rough. They still have a little over 2.5 minutes. Treadmill looks like they're going to be able to get out with their life unless they're able to find this Strange in a very bad position, but I believe he's going to be able to back up just enough. The rest of the team, they have the Agamotto, they have the Disappear, they have the Mantis ult, they have a lot to work with. And as you said, the defense, nothing coming into this fight, the closest being that Invisible Woman ult. Now, you have to remember, these ults are going to build up very, very fast, so the defense has to play their cards right. 2 minutes to defend this. It's going to be a very, very hard thing for them.
There's not really a lot of game-changing ultimates from the defensive side either. You have Agamotto, you have yourself the Scarlet ult, that's pretty much it.
And now look at that. Oh my goodness. The Thing gets taken down. Claire as well. It looks like Ayres. What we have going on here? Is it going to be enough? I don't know if they're going to be able to defend this. Cactus Arms trying to stay up as long as possible. It looks like Moonlights might be able to push it enough. Is it going to be Cactus almost with the Agamotto coming out? I don't believe they have any healers here now right now. Halcyon needs to run back with that Mantis ultimate. Only 50 health on Strange. Cactus goes down, and I think that's Moonlights going to be able to push it. There we go. 3 minutes now on the clock, Egg.
Resets needed now for the defense. Ayres, they have to back up and not strangle themselves. Sakura is attempting, Haley Khan apologizes, attempting to take this early fight, and well, that's good. There's no Vanguards available. You all have to stack up together. Need your M's available here for Need Butt. Make sure you use it perfectly.
Cactus as well. I was going to say, they're looking for this Agamotto. Yeah, Ayres needs to push up a little bit here. Are they going to be able to take any space from the tanks? There we go. There's that Cloak and Dagger Thing trying to run back to defend the back line, but I don't know if it's going to be enough space. So much space from Moonlight's Vanguards. They're coming out swinging, but ult goes out, and there it is, the Agamotto, but they get stunned out of it, slept and shoved back by the supportive line. That was beautiful. Cactus, unfortunately, their ult gets pushed back to only half charge. And this was a beautiful defense here from Ayres.
Beautiful defense, but once again, we've seen here from the attackers that they can stack up their ult and completely wipe out their defense in a single ult push. There's no time to respawn and rehold again. And if there is, it's by very small margins at the very end of this third point. Zakareth does have the Invisible Woman ult available. Claire as well, just loaded it back up once more. This is tough though. Cactus Arms, the Agamotto, keep an eye on that. Has to be the game-winning move
I
off
hear
the
Strange
covering
Portal.
time.
Here we go. This is going to be nuts. Claire does end up getting a pick onto Jack Daniels. And there we go. The Agamotto goes down. Oh my goodness. Lethal with a big Wanda ultimate. Able to take down Cactus there. Unfortunately for them. Just going to be trying to drain everybody from the defending side. Oh my goodness. Will actually end up getting picked off. Claire as well going to be able to get a pick. Oh my goodness. Is the defense coming back here?
They very well could. Now's the time to do it. Claire has better positioning than the other 2 points to get a sniper's nest going.
This is really, really nuts right now. Only 40 seconds left until they're able to hopefully hold this. I want to see the defense go so crazy right now. Ayres, I love seeing this Black Widow and Wanda succeed. It's so wonderful. But can Moonlights push through it like they did these first 2 points? They need this so badly. I can feel them wanting it. But the thing is putting out so much space. This cart isn't able to move, barely losing any health. Nostra actually able to get a kill onto Moonlights. Beautifully done. Yeah, here we go. What are we going to use it here for, though? Oh, no. Hold on. Cactus. One of the Ayres' vanguards, unfortunately, going to be falling down. Oh, this is so rough, Keg.
That was good, though. Claire does secure another kill off of the ult. Will this be enough, though? Meteor M is out into the Invisible Woman ult. Cannot snipe her out. No overtime now. Still extremely close. All it takes is one single wipe against Ayres to bring it home for Moonlights. Moonlights, excuse me. I did it too.
Yeah. It's so easy to say Moon Knight when he's in the game. Not in this match, but in the game in general. I see a Groot as well. Treadmill going to be going over onto it. Will we see any success? Unfortunately, not able to build that ult in time, and it is unfortunate. Lethal L tries to run back to point, but it is not enough. Moonlights ends up 2 with now Ayres on the attack, going to be sitting at 0 points. Let's see if they're able to push it.
Yeah, much better defensive hold at the end of the third point than it was for the first 2. It really felt like towards the end, I think both the Vanguard players for Ayres got their footing together. Cactus Arms, we saw a triple character swap. We saw the Groot into the Magneto, into the Strange to finally find that footing. Illicit never swapped, but the thing wasn't able to find as much value when the rest of his team would all fall around him, and he was forced to face a 1v6. So I'm happy now we got to see those swaps. Claire's going to remain once again on that Black Widow. Zakareth now on the Cloak and Dagger.
Penny?
Much better for the attack. I like this defensive Penny.
Yeah, I am really excited for Moonlights to be playing this Penny. Sarale over on the analyst desk, I'm sure, is going to be taking quite a lot of notes about this Penny coming out. Curious to see what it's going to be doing here for them. We have Nostra, who also going to be off the Wanda, now on to the Namor. Very curious about that as well. Going to be good combos, possibly with the Clobber in time, the Agamotto. Lots of good things there, and here we go as well.
Now,
Zakareth. Oh, Adam.
Unless Nostra's reading into the fact that they're rocking a Penny for the defense, those Monstros, his small little octopus turrets, are going to be able to snipe out the mine she puts out.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very nice. Yeah, unless she's hiding them really well. Lethal going to be trying to take a little bit of the high ground in the back right now. Possibly guessing that there's going to be a portal. Here we go. Cactus will be portaling deep into this high ground. Actually going to be changing over. Oh, wait, I thought we were going to see a change. I was like, wow, what is that going to be like? And this very interesting Penny mine place, thinking they were going to spawn right up there. They did spawn a little bit back, but it looks like they'll be able to protect at least their little spawn for right now. Just going to be sitting up top here with the Strange. A decent bit of damage to that shield. Now let's see how Cactus and them decide to walk onto the point here. There goes her spider nest. Lethal going to be sitting in the back, needs a little bit of healing. Now they're just going to try and take the point like this, focusing the Penny. Illicit already killing Jack Daniels there on the Mantis. Wanda draining everybody again. Sakarith killing King Louis. Yeah, this is very nice. This is very... 3 are down now. Yep, this is looking to be possibly a wipe here for Moonlights. Treadmill's down. Penny's the last one. And that is a very clean attack here for KC Ayres.
Yeah. Very convincing. I like the setup too with Sakura on the Adam Warlock. I'm not the biggest Adam enjoyer in the world, but the extra DPS damage that he can bring out is really solid to help the backline with Claire. Now remember again, this entire team comp is designed to set up this Black Widow. Haley Khan can add the damage boost on top of the Black Widow. Cactus Arms is there to help isolate out targets. Sakura 2 for the extra DPS capabilities. All of this is designed to make this a very difficult time for both of the Vanguards.
Yeah, oh my goodness. And now I want to see what this Penny ends up to do here, especially on the second point. Some decent spots, actually. We do have the Adam ult coming in. Illicit and Claire both going to get rezzed by it. It's very close, actually. It's going to be right there on the point. Meteor M up as well. Scarlet able to get one onto Cactus Arms. Going to slow down the push a little bit with a Vanguard down, at least. Ooh, we have Cloak and Dagger actually able to take down the Adam as well. That's going to be 2 members of Ayres down. Sword coming out as well. And God, I do not get to see this sword enough. I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice to see. Lethal L still on that Scarlet Witch to allow that sword to be a possibility. I just feel like with the amount of onslaught damage that Ayres can bring to the table, I don't think this Scarlet Witch is going to be enough. She has to play to backline against the Black Widow, of course, that's the center of the control for Ayres' side, but then needs to farm up ult as soon as she can.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very rough for them. Oh, I see a big ultimate there from Nostra. Unfortunately, not going to be getting too much with it right now. We did see them go down. That's 1 member of Ayres down. Are we going to see anybody else be going down anytime soon? We had Tenny as well on the defensive side go down. Now Thing is just going to be running amok here in the back, trying to do anything that they can. To see anything though, trying to jump back, gets stuck a little bit on that box, but will get enough heals to stay in the fight. Gonna be running on in, slams down onto the back line, might be a little bit too deep though, tries to jump on in, bunch of ultimates coming on out. Oh, unfortunate Magneto missing the ultimate there on the Cloak and Dagger. Quite unfortunate. Now getting hit with that panel, lots of damage going there on the treadmill, and it looks like Ayres just running here through Moonlights.
It is a mess. Any which way you look at it, the healers all available are sending as much as they can inside of Illicit. And Illicit's really been the foundation for Ayres' attack, excuse me. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Thing on attack, and as I say that, they do fall. They have to create this space alongside the group, but the issue now is that Cactus Arms walls could very well harm this Thing. They could block out the healing capabilities against the other Vanguard, and that leaves Cactus Arms a little bit more on the lonesome by themselves. Have to back away, rejoin the rest of the team. 2 ults available, now make it 3. Alyssa has clobbering time. This could go perfectly with Nostra's ult if time. Never mind.
Oh,
they don't wait it on her at all. They send it out immediately.
Yeah, I was going to say big Black Widow ult. They were able to take down 2 members of Moonlights. Lethal L, the only member left. And now this is what really matters here. They have, the Chinese New Year one.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I was gonna say nice skins. I love a bunch of the skins. I have to say the Thing skin. Come on, Detective Thing.
Oh, the one where he wears the trench coat. Looks like Dick Tracy.
Yes, I love it. We also have, of course, the Scarlet Witch Battle Pass skin, which is just lovely. Such a good skin there. Still need to do my missions on the Battle Pass, but
I have the Alpha Scarlet Witch.
Okay, pal. You know, whatever. But oh my goodness,
that's my kid's inheritance.
Oh, nice pick there. Actually, I believe that was onto a Hawkeye. Another pick going to be there onto the Mantis. Are we going to have Penny actually able to do too much here? Trying to get as much health as possible, running into the health pack. Scarlet Witch coming on out, able to take it down. Yeah, able to take down the Thing. That is massive. Throwing those right clicks at the Cloak and Dagger, who unfortunately will go down. Tries to get some heals on the point. It looks like Moonlight's going to be able to find their footing here for just a moment. I want to see how Ayres comes back here on the attack. Nostra with the Star-Lord has that legendary available. Are we going to see it here soon?
Does. No healer ult available from Moonlight's side. This would be the
Yeah.
time to use it. Love the teamwork capabilities from Lethal L and King Louis, using the Invisible Woman ult and then immediately Scarlet Witch procs hers while she's invisible. That's absolutely how to get the most out of that character. 3 ults available though. This could be a good way to power up both Claire and Nostra for their own ults, both of which are extremely powerful.
Yeah, this could be the final fight. Actually, as I say that, Treadmill able to take down both DPSs of Ayres there. Looks like they're going to be on a full retreat at the moment, just trying to build a few of those ults. They say we do have that Groot ult ready to go now for this next fight. Clobbering time about to come out as well. About another 30-ish% for that Invisible Woman ult to be able to come out. This is going to be very, very telling. 90 seconds left on the clock here for Ayres to push it that little bit of way. One massive fight can spell the difference for this. Will they be able to do it? Going to be starting it off with the Invisible Woman ult. Groot pulls a bunch in. There we go. That's what you love to see. No ults on the side of Moonlights just yet. Cloak and Dagger had it just at the last second, but weren't able to use it. The walls coming on out. Penny running amok right now. Illicit able to take down Treadmill. And this just looks to be possibly the end for Moonlights. Only a few meters left. Literally 8 meters. Penny just going to be running around, will end up falling, and just like that, here we go. Behold true chaos. Oh, they get put asleep. Yeah, they get sedated. Mantis, beautiful sleep there. Treadmill trying to come back right now. Meteor M going up. Are we going to see any kills? Not any just yet, but still a great way to keep them off of that. We see, yeah, 35 seconds left on the clock. Egg, are they going to be able to do it?
That's Cloak and Dagger gone from the defense.
Be hard here. Cactus Arms trying to put in work. Another Groot ult just about to come out. Claire able to get 2 picks there onto both supports. Another onto Treadmill. That's what you like to see. Now a big ult coming on out, able to take it down. And Ayres, it will be taking Clintar for themselves.
I mean, such a beautiful way of playing out from Ayres' side. Really like their attack much more than their defense. I like the idea of having a central game plan in mind. They knew exactly who they wanted to focus on. Claire, who, I believe was not on the roster yesterday, does come in for today. And everybody centers their entire game plan around her. The Mantis, there to supply out damage for Claire. The Adam Warlock, and eventually back again to the Invisible Woman. Again, to help out for Claire and add extra damage. Even Nostra, right? The other DPS for Ayres' squad was there to be more up close and personal with the Vanguards, just to loosen things up and break up positionings of Moonlights in order for Claire to get, what was that, a 4K at the very end of that map?
Believe it was. Oh my goodness. I believe it was 2 kills onto both strategists with that ultimate. Absolutely massive. I do have to shout out Illicit as well on the thing. Getting the MVP screen. I wanted to see it, detective thing. Got to see a little bit of it there for a moment, but absolutely love the plays that Illicit was making as well. Making so much space with the thing. I was going to say, if we're actually allowed to take a look at the scoreboard in a moment, I want to see just how much damage was blocked from the thing, because my goodness.
Oh, hold on. I may be able to use my NASA calculations for you. You want to know the damage on the thing?
Yeah. Or the damage blocked.
Damage blocked. 38,903. Again, that was all off the top of my head. That was not looking.
I mean, it's something about that. Yeah, you're feeling it up in there. Oh
my nose
my
is gonna start gushing blood after that one.
You can see everything. You're the Oracle. You know what I mean? Like you have your
I'm
your
the
crystal
Doctor
ball.
Strange.
Yeah, actually,
my
the Mystic Arts.
somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's actually. I believe we have the match available. If we could go take a little bit of a quick look see over here at what we had going on. Look at this. Yeah, 38,000 Cactus Arms as well. 50,000 damage block, just shy of it. 81 damage off, but I think we could round up a little just for Cactus. Beautifully done.
Yeah, I'm really just hoping into the next game we get to see a little bit more DPS capabilities from Moonlight's side. Lethal L played the Scarlet Witch very well, but you really need more than just Scarlet Witch, I feel, for a map like Clintar. But I guess that's where the Vanguards had to come in, supply more damage, but they had to protect the triple strategists that were there too, and it's so much for them.
It is indeed a lot for them. I still love the way both of these teams were playing. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. You know, Casey Ayres looking great on those first 2 points, capturing it and then pushing it. They were looking very dominant, struggling a little bit on that 3rd point, just like Moonlights was. But still, I loved it. I love the bans. And do you think, you know, let me throw this out there. You think we're going to be seeing that Black Widow banned out next game? Just first thing. Maybe, right?
I
Maybe.
don't like. Don't get me wrong. Black
No, I
Widow
get it.
Claire was amazing, but I mean, if they find out that she really only plays Black Widow, maybe. But I don't think it's enough to warrant for one of your 2 bans.
Of
Because
course,
then
no,
you
I
enable the
agree.
Moon Knight or the Bucky.
I agree. And I was going to say, Bucky, I want to see some Bucky. We had a few Buckies yesterday, and with the popularity of him recently, I want more of it. I need more Bucky in my life. The Winter Soldier. God, I love watching it.
See, the problem now is that I feel it's easier to counterplay around Claire, knowing that she'll only play one character, rather than risking the ban and then maybe
I agree.
having that Moon Knight be even stronger into your arsenal against you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would actually, you know, I want to get a little bit more of a analytical take on this, I guess you could say. So how about we throw it over to the analyst test for a second? Sarale, Aluk, boys, talk to me about that game. Tell me what you thought.
Oh man, where do we even begin?
Well, let's start with saying thank you to Keg and Vix for such wonderful casting during the match, because that was a lot to handle.
Oh, absolutely. I want to get into round 2, but we need to go through round 1 first before we get into that. There's so many thoughts. Vix was completely right. That Benny, my notebook looks like chicken scratch right now. But let's go to game 1, match 1.
Yeah,
round 1.
That kind of match really was like almost one of my throw out the notebook kind of matches, and just had as much energy as we saw yesterday on Clintar. So, like, absolutely, fantastic match.
Now, even though like Clara is a very last minute addition to Team Ares, and honestly, at the very beginning, it looked kind of hard. Clintar first point has been difficult for all teams so far. But especially for Widow, with how many corners and angles there isn't as many open sight lines as she'd like to be able to take her shots. When we got to that 3rd point, those open areas, we saw her come completely online. She was clicking heads left and right, canceling ultimates, going absolutely insane. It was missed a couple of times, but she would run into the enemy Sue ultimate just to throw her ult down and get a pick.
Yeah,
this Widow isn't staying 3 miles away. She's going in there.
You hit the nail on the head with that one, like she was doing with her batons. She was cracking heads, getting in there, not afraid to get her hands dirty, not afraid to hide behind a sniper scope. I mean, that's exactly who she is in the comics, and Claire really manifested that today and says, no, if you want to fight close, I'm down. You want to fight far away? Guess what? I'm clicking heads.
Yeah, now I want to talk about both of the compositions in here. For Ares, we saw the traditional 2-2-2, currently the best composition in the game, the most comfortable for a lot of players. It's what we know, it's what we're used to after Overwatch, but there is very apparent strength in here. You have a very balanced front line, a very strong mid line, and then your back line can completely keep everybody else up. But on the side of Moonlights, we saw 2 tanks, 1 DPS, and triple support. And I said it yesterday, triple support is pretty dead at the moment. Although it can work in certain scenarios like we saw yesterday, in this one, they did not have enough damage to try to compete in these longer fights. They could sustain themselves, but it didn't really matter too much because one of the weaknesses of triple support is burst damage. And there's nothing more burst damage than a Mantis boosted Widow headshot. And she was clicking goddamn heads out there.
You know, I really did want to talk about that. The Mantis feels like the pocket pick for Black Widow, for Namor, for Hawkeye, in a way that Rocket is for Punisher or for Bucky without the team up, because Mantis doesn't give a team up buff to any of those 3 characters. So I really did notice that both teams were running Mantis. But yeah, pointing out the triple support, you really did get to see. I believe it was Lethal on the Scarlet Witch. You're gonna have to correct me if I'm pointing out the wrong player, but the Scarlet Witch was doing a lot of work. I believe up until the end, if we could bring up some stats just to double check, I'm pretty confident they had the highest
Absolutely,
35
they did.
kills.
That's kind
Those
of
are-
to be expected when you're the sole DPS of your team, though. I would have actually preferred to see a Rocket despite having no Punisher, just because even though he does less damage than the Mantis, the AoE damage buff, when you have things like Cloak and Dagger who have splash damage, Sue who has splash damage, Magneto who has splash damage, it would have overall lifted that team up to put them on same fighting grounds.
Yeah, I cannot deny that. And Rocket also, when you have people who are willing to fight up close, personal, he people forget that he is very strong in close up matches. Because you saw that Team Ares constantly put Moonlights in that pressure, whether they were on the attack or the defend, they were willing to get up close and dirty. Playing, the thing really, drives that home is that they just want to keep the pressure on. They want to be in a brawling situation. That way, the pressure is off of Claire. It's very apparent of what they're doing, and they're doing it very, very well.
Now, I wanted to talk about the Penny. I do think it was the correct pick in this situation. The only issue
my
is
God.
I don't think it was utilized in the right way. Penny's one of her biggest strong suits, if she's not diving in the backline with that 3-second grapple of hers, is to deny areas of space. It hard counters Doctor Strange during the initial fight because he wants to portal in and you can preemptively mine that area. The team jumps out, somebody's dying there. She can close off choke, and then when it gets that third point, we have that major overhang area at the initial start of the point where she can cut off any of these side areas.
I think that the Penny was the right pick, and leading into other fights, she really just got counterplayed and shut down. I don't think that they were doing necessarily anything wrong with the Penny. I think the Team Ares just read it very well and took advantage of that. You saw it with the initial Strange portal that they were going to set up. The Penny was prepared for it. The Moonlights, they were ready for it, but Ares is like, we're gonna give a little bit of space so we can drop down underneath all the traps. And they also had Mantis and the Thing and a Namor ult shut down the first Penny ult, I believe, in the S hallway, leading up
That
to
is
the
correct.
second gate. So I think Penny was fine, just got outplayed 100%.
All right, do you have any final thoughts? All of our players are ready, and we're about to send it back to the casters and get ourselves right into Spider Islands.
Just keep climbing, baby. We got this. Let's go. Let's go to game 3.
All right, let's see these adaptations, and let's get into the game.
You know what is good at climbing? Spiders, especially an island full of them.
In possibly the year 2099 in Tokyo? Who would have thought?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be alive for 2099. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'll be 101. So, I mean, with the way modern medicine is going,
You
101
look
is
great
like
for
the,
101.
101's going to be like the new 70. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
we're going to be somewhere around there. So,
That'll be the new
I'll-
retirement age.
yeah, exactly. I'll be on this map too. You know what I mean? I'll have my
Yeah, that's
my.
you. I see you on the right.
Oh my God, yeah, it's me and my
No,
my.
that's you.
Oh God, I got big. Wow, like I got opposite Ozempic. Oh my God.
Hey,
man.
yeah, you
I-
went to the gym even more, man.
Yeah,
I see those
just got
gains.
bulky. Yeah, so bulky. I'm all of Tokyo now. But
Yeah, look at you. You got
Uh,
your creamy webs everywhere. You're lifting up an entire island by yourself. I will say though, as great as your gains are, I don't know about Claire's gains on this map. I know I'm a big Claire cyclopedia this time around.
I was
but
gonna
again,
say, yeah.
this is the entire game plan for Ares. Moonlights, I think, have a lot more options for vulnerability this time around. They have an expectation of what to know going into this. They can play more for counterplay this time. The instant reserve on the Widow is out. But the problem is, this is such a tight-knit map, just like that first point of Clintar,
Yeah.
throughout the entire map.
last night was very interesting. We saw some Squirrel Girl actually coming out from both teams on Spider Island, which was a very, very interesting pick. Very underrated, I feel. Obviously, not a meta pick, but on tight chokes like this, as you were talking about, I feel it is so fun. Speaking of bans as well, on the defensive side, we do have Wolverine and Magneto banned with, of course, a Black Widow save. Meanwhile, on the attacking side, we have the Thing and Moon Knight being saved with a Scarlet Witch save, which I think in my head might be the first time I've seen that. But again, I'm here for it. I love these out-of-pocket picks. Lethal, I want to see what they're going to be able to do with it on this map here for Spider Islands.
Yeah, I'm expecting Lethal to take more of a backline control this time around, and again have that preface for the Vanguards to take the front lines, which naturally I hope they would. But now that the Bucky is available, Moonlights do have extra options for frontlining even more. They're only having 2 of their strategists this time, which is much more par of the course than the 3 they had last time around. No more Mantis. That's fine. I know the analysts were not the biggest Mantis enjoyers. I thought it was okay, but I would have liked to see another duelist, and we see it here.
Yeah, very happy to be able to see it. Really enjoying Treadmill, who's moving over from the Vanguard position, going to be on the Namor now. Meanwhile, G. Solano, who's on Cloak and Dagger, now going to be on Venom, which I'm very excited about as well. Lots of great picks coming out here. We do have to remember, if KC Ayres, I mean, that's, I believe, the default crosshair, if I'm not mistaken, or at least something close to it. It's something very close to it, and already, oh my god, the Venom gonna be flying on in, taking a whole lot of damage, just barely getting out with their life. We also have to emphasize, if KC Ayres does take this map, it will be victory for them. Then we will be going on to the next set of games with our other teams. So, Moonlights really have to do well here on this map. But as I say that, G. Solano on the Venom, going to be going down in the back to Halcyon, who's been hitting such wonderful sleeps.
Hey, some house cleaning before we get into this next major fight. Illicit banned out against the Thing, can't use it anymore. Showed to be a major problem for Moonlights in these group fights. All the strategists were dumping heals into him. He was able to stay on board. Falcon punch his way through these group fights. Illicit on the Thor has to be that second best option. Won't be able to have that same staying power as the Thing did back on Clintar.
Gonna be a little bit rough, but it looks like this Venom in the back doing a lot of work at the moment. Moonlight's gonna be just walking their way forward. Venom gonna be getting healed up all the way, but yeah, Illicit on this Thor, very happy to see it. Groot as well, a wonderful pick here for the first point. Tons of damage going out onto the Strange, almost about to die. Monstro, sorry, Giganto actually comes on in. There we go, Treadmill with a double kill onto both Vanguards of KC Ayres.
Is that what we're gonna call him now? Giganto, the whale?
That's his name. That's Giganto. Dude,
I like that.
That's his actual name. That's Giganto.
No, you're messing with me.
I'm not messing with you. His name is Giganto. Yes.
I'm going to the wiki.
Right hand up to God. I'm telling you.
No way. There is no God if that's true.
That's Giganto. Oh. Apologies, taking a little sip of water there.
Oh my god!
That is a happy camper. He did not know the whale's name was Giganto. Oh my god.
Sorry, anyways.
No, you're good.
Jump down immediately. It's gonna be the whale so confused.
G. Solano in the back on this Venom. Gonna be taking out 2 members of KC Ayres defense. And this is unfortunate. Actually, Moonlights just gonna be able to fully walk up, and I believe they're gonna be able to get the cart through this first point here. Illicit. Oh, wait, look at that. Illicit just trying to keep as much time as they can, wasting a few seconds, but that's gonna be Moonlights getting it through the first point here. Oh,
really good first
goodness.
point now from Moonlights. Counterplays from game 1 to game 2 has been fantastic. This is the point now where Ayres needs to start making major changes. Claire does have a larger line of sight, as we can see up above. The focus now, Treadmill and then the more Lethal L, who can backline on the Scarlet Witch, has a lot more options now than they did back on Clintar. This is going to be a Vanguard heavy point. They need to step it up from Ayres' end.
Really like this. Lethal L has that pure chaos as well. Possibly about to come out here soon. They do know where this Wanda is. They're going to be keeping close eye on her. Starts it out over the bridge. Are we going to see anything go? Oh, just barely. Not getting it off Claire to finish the kill onto Lethal or Wanda, unfortunately. And it looks like Moonlight's actually doing very good here. Like I said, lost Lethal there for a moment, but they still can recover from this. A few more ults being available. They do have the combo. Ed maybe going to be looking for something here in Agamotto once this ult goes away. There it is. A big one coming in, trying to get max charge. Yep. Just trying to block as much damage as they can up in the front. Unfortunately, will die. That's Casey Ayres. They took down 3 members. Oh my goodness.
Great setup for Illicit. The Thor was not working as well as they had thought. They could not frontline nearly as hard. The Penny shutting down everything. A near, what was that, triple, maybe even a quad if this Venom dies too? With Penny, unbelievable.
We're going to have a Penny mirror now. Edie going to be getting off of, I believe they were just, yeah. This is going to be very interesting. G Solano on the Venom, killing Halcyon in the back. Casey Ayres, they still have a few ultimates left to be able to stall this. A minute 50 is left on the clock. Waiting to see what they want to do here. I believe I saw Groot ult there for a moment, unless I'm mistaken. But this Penny taking so much damage, forced to ult. It's going to be very good, actually, possibly for Moonlights. Locking her up, just trying to lock anything down right now. 500 health. They're going to be able to do much. Just going to be putting mines everywhere, trying to cause as much ruckus as possible. This is going to be very nice. Cactus arms, trying to get on the cart to stop it as much as possible. Now it's a minute 20. This is going to be very, very hard. Trying to kill Wanda so she can't get out, stagger her a little bit. Peg, what is going on here?
I mean, look, we mentioned that Ayres need to make major swaps. They did. Illicit, she went to the Penny. It is stifling out this Venom. Moonlights, they are the ones now that need to make a major swap. They wanted the back line for the longest time. Lethal L recognizes this Scarlet, which is not big. We need to go. No, Vanguard, it's Lethal on the board. Can this be the answer? The answer is possibly maybe. That's one strategist now gone. Ayres, though, they have the Luna ult available now. The final concert, one of the death, and this is looking fantastic. But, well, what can you do?
This is going to be very rough. Illicit with that Awakening rune, trying to put in as much damage as possible, but it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Casey Ayres forced to back up here. I'm sorry, go forward. Moonlights is forced to back up. My apologies, I was reading it wrong just there for a moment. But yeah, no, they're able to hold it. And will Casey Ayres be able to just actually hold it? They only have 12 seconds left. Moonlights, you got to find something fast. Venom going to be on the top rope, coming down. Jeff Hardy gets the... Oh, doesn't get the shield off in time. The ult wasted as well. And I believe this might be Casey Ayres able to hold it here at the second point. A few more ults can come out from Moonlight. They do have the Cloak and Dagger ult, I believe, coming out as well. This is going to be hard. Casey Ayres, what are we doing here? The God of Thunder, Thor, strikes down. But it doesn't look to be enough. Another member of Moonlight falling down. And only a few seconds left is overtime. It's taking down Claire. Massive ult Nostra as well. Both of them getting so many kills.
Giganto!
It comes on out, and that is Moonlight's only being able to get it halfway through the second point. Let's see if Casey Ayres can push it to victory.
That Penny hard shut down Moonlights. The idea of brute forcing your way on the attacking payload worked so well until the Thor and the Venom could not find any impact. Now that we swap sides, Edba instantly swaps to the Penny. I do not blame him whatsoever. It's been a big issue with duelist and damage output from Moonlights. They have all the capabilities to ransack Casey Ayres, but they've been unable to take the ground needed consistently so far this series. Nostra swapping to the Magic, recognizing now this could be a way of backlining against the Penny if one does come out, or at the very least taking down the Vanguards, which has been the strongest part of Moonlight's squad.
Oh, I am so excited for this Moonlights. I want to see them have a great hold on this first position. They have this choke to work with, but it is so dependent on a multitude of factors. But, you know, this Hulk is well coming out for Illicit. Do you think that could actually be one of the key parts here for Ayres, as well as the Magic, I should say, you know?
It's essentially a more mobile thing, just with slightly less HP.
Yeah, no, they have the Gamma Shield, though, which is going to be great. You know, 5 people, or 6 people, including the Hulk, my apologies, getting a 200 HP shield that gives him ult charge. It's disgusting. Player already with a pick onto Treadmill. That is going to hurt them very hard. That's going to be a lot of distance gain for KC Ayres with a second pick on to G Soleno's Venom. This is going to be massive. And now a third pick. It's just, they're going to be staggered. They are going to be staggering into this so hard. It's just one after another. Both supports now down. Moonlights just already struggling very hard here on this first point.
I just don't think Lethal L on the Scarlet Witch will be able to output enough damage necessary to take down KC Ayres in this first point. Jack Daniel swaps away from the Strategist into the Punisher. Edba away from the Penny, now onto the Rocket. The roll-ups are massive here. I just don't agree with this.
Honestly, I can understand that they want that infinite ammo to be able to get something done. Maybe burn the tanks a little bit more. I guess that's what you have to do at this point. It's going to be very hard. I mean, trust me, I can understand, but if that's what they think is correct, it's going to be hard. But there goes Venom. Hulk just going to be staying up so much here. Does get rezzed with the BRB. But is it going to be enough even with this Venom res? Dives on in. Possibly is going to be able to do anything. This Hulk making so much space in the backline, though. Punisher being kept barely alive. It does get exiled. Baby Banner now going to be out. Has to build back up into the Hulk. Luna ult to be able to keep them up here for so long, and that's just going to be him shooting. Actually, that's going to be first point taken just like that. Nostra as well with a kill onto the Invisible Woman. This is not looking good for Moonlight's Keg.
No, it's not. Again, more roll swaps. Treadmill now onto the Doctor Strange. Punisher falls. Lethal L barely alive.
Oh, he's hulking out.
Yeah, I mean, that was the entire Banner survivability, too. Speaks volumes for Moonlights. They haven't been able to focus on one target at a time. This is their chance to do it, though. No Penny available for the defense, but they have a final stand.
Gonna be hard. Can Moonlights do it, though? It's gonna be hard. Venom goes underground, gaining almost 1,000 health. Has the shield coming up here in a moment, and the dive. There we go. Jack Daniels actually the defense able to get a kill. Halcyon, they do end up taking down the Venom. Infinite ammo here for a few more seconds. Judge, Jury, and Executioner possibly about to come out here once they turn this corner. Punisher going to be looking for anything here. There's the amplifier. Big ult from the Invisible Woman. We're going to be seeing a whole lot here. Lethal L able to take down Halcyon. A few members of KC Ayres possibly going to go down here to the rest of this. Jack Daniels just going to be looking for anything. There goes the magic. Darkchild now used with that death, but still 3 ults on the side of KC Ayres. They have Agamotto on Moonlights. Will it be enough, though?
That was a good hold from Moonlights, but the issue was it required 3 ultimates to do so. That's not something you'll have procced up for every group fight, especially now KC Ayres stacking up 4, soon to be 5 ults on their own end.
Ooh, this is going to be very rough. Venom goes on in. We do see Hulk trying to protect his backline right here. What a true gamer. I love seeing it. Gonna use the portal to get out here onto point. Gamma Shield out as well. Be doing a lot of damage. Hulk smash. It's time for him to go on it, but just gets shredded within a second. Oh my goodness. Luna Snow ult is going to come out here to try and protect Banner. They still have just shy of 3 minutes to be able to push it. They need another 30 or so meters. Are they going to be able to do it? Luna ult does indeed run out. Nostra, unfortunately, going to go down. Hulk will be getting back into that Hulk form, but huge Agamotto from the top ropes. Treadmill. Beautiful plays.
Good as that hold was for Moonlights, they're doing a fantastic job with the defense. The issue now is that there's still 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and there's not a lot of space for KC Ayres to go to confirm game number 2. This could very well be the final stand. Judge, Jury, Executioner, Lethal L with their ult almost procced up. But close to theirs, actually having theirs available too. They have to play these ults perfectly. It needs to be another group shutdown to have a chance against KC.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, the freeze as well. The freeze. Sarkareth. Beautiful. beautiful freeze from Casey Ayres onto Lethal L to cancel out that ultimate. G Solano goes in on the Venom. Is it going to be enough? Does end up taking down Claire. Halcyon killing Treadmill on the Strange. Is it going to be enough? Can Ayres find the space that they need? The cart is going to be pushing. Like I said, though, will it be enough? Illicit. Maybe going to be looking for anything here. The Thor is going to be able to put in a whole lot of work. Here we go. Oh my god! Giganto! Nostra does it, taking out the support line of Moonlights. And with 1 meter left, that's curtains. Casey Ayres takes the series 2-0.
Beautiful work from Casey Ayres. Moonlights, again, they had a great defensive hold at the end of P2, but the issue, and the most consistent one they had throughout the entire series, was focus. There were a lot of times where Vanguards would be out of position, focusing on one target, the Duelists on another, the remains of the rest of the team on yet another target. This allowed it to be so much easier for, and I'll say it again, Claire and company on Casey Ayres to single out and zero in on one single target and allow them to focus on them first and then dismantle each member of Moonlights one at a time.
Absolutely beautiful series here from Casey Ayres. A dominant first showing here on day 2 of week 1. Absolutely gorgeous, Keg. How did you enjoy your first series here? I have to ask you.
You know what? I'm a big resilience enjoyer. I'm a big Marvel Rivals enjoyer. So why not combine the two? And it was a perfect sandwich.
A match made in heaven, truly, but a match made here with resilience. It is just, God, what a series. And guys, you can expect this every single weekend, twice a weekend. Your Saturdays and Sundays can be spent with us over here on the caster's desk. Isn't that just wonderful to hear?
I mean, why go to the club? Why party? Why go outside and hike? Why do anything in life other than watch us?
Exactly. We're infinite content. We're the modern day jesters. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got the hat and everything. I just need a clown nose. I don't know where
exactly.
I put it.
Yeah,
I have it.
Could I use my pop filter almost as like
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Yeah, it's beautiful. But
Gosh.
You guys have to remember, this isn't our only set of matches today. We do have more upcoming here very soon, Keg. What do you think about that? The Pillarmen versus KC
amazing.
Strikers.
Whoa.
There we go.
Yeah, we got a lot of games remaining out here for today. But of course, our analysts have to let us know what they thought about the match too. Oh, hi, weekly schedule.
Hi. Hello, how are you?
Oh, goodbye. Oh, hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Up and down.
Someday I'll be able
my
to grab
goodness. Wow, yeah, I wish we could, my if only I had my VR headset for this, but as Keg said, I would.
Ready for it.
Oh wait, okay.
I'll get it this time.
One more. I think we got it.
Yes!
Look at that. Oh my god. And look at that. At the very bottom of the schedule that
right
Keg's
there.
trying to wrestle right now. We're trying to contain it. We can see the Pillarmen versus KC Strikers over here. Like all things in life, if you love it, you have to let it go, Keg.
Everything always leaves me.
But we're going to have to leave you guys for a second to take you over to the analyst desk, because I'm sure Aluk and Sorel, there's some comments to be had. Not just about what happened there, but maybe what happened with our mentalities as well. But gentlemen, give us the rundown. Tell us what happened there, because I don't know.
I guess you could say Ayres came ready for blood.
Sorali, there's only one response I have. It really was that kind of match.
There was a lot of things that first thing, I want to give major props to Illicit there. When he pulled out that penny, that is exactly the playstyle that I look for whenever I want to see a penny on my team. Denying space, absolutely controlling chokes. There was a time when the enemy Doctor Strange came in for ultimate, hit a massive 3-person ultimate, and he died for it. 2 of them died for it.
Yeah. There was really not a lot that as Ayres and Moonlighters, it wasn't a lot that they could do in this matchup for Moonlight. Every time they tried to take a step, they got pushed back 2 3 steps at a time. I can't believe how well read Ayres were for everything that Moonlights was trying to do.
I honestly, it could be opening match nerves. It's the first week. Everybody's getting their initial games in. We saw a couple of times where both support ultimates were being used at the same time. I wouldn't discount Moonlights yet. They showed a lot of strong potential here today, and once they get these nerves off, build up that synergy a little bit more, they are going to be a rather formidable team moving forward.
Honestly, I strongly agree with that, but like Ayres really did put on a fantastic first showing as well, and hopefully really gave Moonlights a lot of lessons here. You know, there's no such thing as the ultimate defeat. We're only in week 1, like you mentioned, so they got a lot of opportunity to go back, look at the footage, because there's going to be VODs. Don't forget, we're going to have that up on YouTube. They're going to be able to go back and watch these matches and say, where can we improve? What can we do better?
Most definitely. Now, I know I harped on the Mantis a little bit much, but it's only because I thought that the damage boost from a rocket is a lot more impactful for a team that's based around AoEs, but when you're trying to burst targets, that Mantis is much more impactful. When you're running a Scarlet Witch as one of your main DPS, she doesn't do too much burst in that sense.
No,
But
they
triple invulnerability ults are
really,
pretty good.
yeah, they really did kind of take away the synergy of Mantis, though. You look at the picks and bans for Tokyo 99 between these two teams. Magneto was Casey Ayres' second ban. So the synergy that Moonlight was building themselves around was taken away, which I think is very odd that Moonlight did not take away the Black Widow after such a strong showing in the first matchup.
I think that no matter if you take out this Widow with their playstyle, if you put them on Bucky, if you put them on Hela, if you put them on Punisher, any other DPS in their hands who can go into the fray will melt things. Getting Alyssa off of the thing, which was pivotal at multiple moments, disrupting the flow of combat, getting key stuns, even at times hitting a 2 or even 3-man stun on the entire support backline, forcing them to scramble and panic, you have to get that off the table.
Yeah, that's fair. I can concede that point. But like we pointed out last match, can we bring up the stats? Please. I would love to go over this because we were talking about it heading into Tokyo, or Keg and Vix were, and talking about how this map's layout was going to possibly bring down the effectiveness of the Black Widow. 28-6. Like, there's
Yeah.
in it. Now, Nostra did show up this time because Ayres did stick to the 2-2-2, and Moonlights did do the same thing. And Nostra, though, 31-4-4 with Giganto in the back pocket. Definitely, there's a lot of scary things going over with Ayres.
Absolutely. Now, I want to point out, at least we've been giving a lot of praise to Ayres here, but I do want to point out there's a lot of strong members over on Moonlights, and we haven't mentioned this entire time. Almost everyone on Moonlights is a console player. These console players are out to fight for blood, and even though they lost this match, they're putting up a pretty good fight. Once they get their footing, we're going to see another run of Militia where they just charge right through people.
Yeah, I think you make a strong point.
Venom.
Yeah, I was about to bring it up. The Penny start, the Venom start, I was kind of hopeful for Spider-Man to kind of counteract the Black Widow, just to get to be a disruptive backliner from hopefully either Lethal or Jack Daniels to pull out a pocket pick this early. Maybe they don't want to show their hand yet, and maybe that's something that they can pull out in the future. But I felt like that would have been a great addition to the team.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they're not the most comfortable on DPS. When I was looking through this team initially, I found there was a lot of support mains here. So maybe that's something they're still working on, and if it is, like, despite how it looked initially, Lethal L pulled out some great performance today, and once they find their stride with the second DPS, or maybe they find a different strategy that works, I think they're really good.
You know, I think Moonlights really have a lot of potential. Who was the Venom again? What was that player's name? I'm sorry, drawing a blank.
G Soleno.
G Soleno. I was like, how do you say it again? But G Soleno really did well on Venom with the most damage blocked in Tokyo 99, 35,000 block damage. So there's a lot of potential here. First week jitters, can let it go. Hopefully they can hone in and really find, the team comp that can work around Lethal and G Soleno's talent that has definitely been shining today.
Absolutely. Now, before we throw it back to the casters and take a short break as matches finished a little earlier than schedule, which I think Hell's Heaven might be cursed a little bit. I'm going to talk into a few ears and get that removed from the map pool going forward.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break to our ad or our merch, bring it back to the casters for final closing statements before we take a small break before match number 2.
Hi guys, my name is Lovelier and I'm a content creator for Team Resilience. The best way to show off my resilience is with my favorite product, the Dear Person Behind Me hoodie. I love this hoodie so much, from the way that it fits to the color. My favorite thing about this hoodie is the message on the back. You never know what somebody is going through and you never know who's going to read it. So it means a lot to me that I could just spread a little bit of positivity just by wearing a hoodie. I wear this hoodie so much that it's not even white anymore. If you want to match me and get the same hoodie, you can use my code Lovelier at checkout. And don't forget, orders over $100 US is free on shipping.
Oh, hi! It's good to see you again. I was looking at Giganto too much and I got distracted. Oh? I can't hear Vix. Vix is muted. That's okay. He was also talking about how much he loves Giganto. I mean, look, if you're watching this stream, you're also probably a prime grade Giganto enjoyer too. My name is Keg, and I'm joined once again by Vix. And
am I good? Am I better?
I think you
okay.
are. I think you are good.
Okay. Am I better now? My apologies.
I think you've always been great.
I've had my off years, but I still think compared to some other things, they were pretty decent. But yeah, welcome back to our Giganto caster desk. This is a Giganto fan club, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm getting the Build-A-Bear or Build-A-Whale for it next week, actually. But no, yeah, absolute great first set of games here. As Aluk and Sarale said, we will be taking a short intermission. But before that, if you guys don't know, we do have the Team Resilience Discord, which if you would love to join, please, I'm sure all the links will be in chat. We have donations set up as well, which go to funding our production, broadcast, any cool thing that happens the esports-wise with TR. It just helps more than you can realize. Anything is greatly appreciated. And even if you don't, if you're following new to the broadcast, we appreciate you guys so much. It is a lovely time to have you all here, and we can't wait to have even more people in the future. We got to spread the love. You know what I mean, Keg?
Gotta spread the love like Giganto does.
All over. Just all over,
All over.
Yeah. That big old whale.
My face.
Yeah.
The map.
Yeah.
The aquarium.
Aquarium. I don't know if he'd want to be in there. He'd probably freak out and then leave. But I guess we're going a little bit crazy over here. But we will be taking a small intermission. The games will be back at 8:30 EST. Should be a little bit after that for y'all, just due to the delay and everything. But we hope you will stick around with us. Until then, take it easy. We'll be back.
dirty south, yeah, I got the energy. Something you know nothing about. When I break a mind, they be thinking I'm a lunatic. Standing in a dark room, dusting off a broomstick. Still coming cold with the players like top flow. Running for a bankroll, spinning ghetto gospel. Deal with this pressure from the memories of my marvel. Stepping to me wrong, then you know I move a hostile. Stepping to me wrong, then you know I move a hostile. Yeah, I got the energy, something you know nothing about. When I break a mind, they be thinking I'm a lunatic. Standing in a dark room, dusting off a broomstick. Still coming cold with the players like top flow. Running for a bankroll, spinning ghetto gospel. Gospel, 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 stepping to me wrong, then you know I move a to me wrong, then you know I'm a wall.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome on back to day 2, week 1 of the RRL. I am still Serious, joined by the one, the only, still Keg as well. Welcome back,
I
my
got
brother.
worried.
How you doing? Yeah, I mean, you could be somebody else. I never know.
I mean, there was a whole Marvel show, right, that did that, right? Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Did you secretly invade me?
I don't believe I did. I don't think that's
Aw,
what was
man.
happening at all here.
I mean, we did take a pretty long break, but
Yeah, I mean, who knows what could have happened during that little break there. But yeah, everybody, welcome on back. Hope you all were able to hydrate, get up, walk around a little bit. I know Keg did that. I have my water here as well. I'm ready for these next set of games. Are you?
I was born
Yeah.
ready. Yeah, I got a water. You had the half liter. I told you were a full
Yeah.
liter. I mean, you are the most leading person I've ever met.
I would have to agree. Honestly, I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
A natural born leader. But that being said, though, we do have plenty more matches to go through for the rest of the day. We did have our schedule. It escaped me, but I'm sure momentarily it'll come back up again to show us what amazing matches we have left. Oh, wow, that's huge this time. Coming forwards. No, Vix, you are the resilienceologist here. You were here yesterday. Give me a lay of the land of what we can expect in the next matchup.
You know, I will have to say, I truthfully don't know. I don't know these next teams that are playing. They did not play yesterday. This is going to be their first time playing. We do have KC Strikers as well as the Pillarmen coming on up for this. I am very happy to see both of them here this evening. It's going to be, of course, again, to Clintar, Spider Islands, into Hell's Heaven for our 3 maps and set. I'm excited. You know, what about you, Keg? Looking forward to more Clintar.
I love Clintar. Big Clintar enjoyer. I do want to pass the robe open a little bit more behind the scenes for the production side. Not all of us are big Hell's Heavens fans. Some of our analysts, I won't say who, but there's only 2 of them you can guess, are not Hell's Heaven enjoyers. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree with them. I don't like that map.
I'm surprised. I think it's a fine
You
map.
are? You like it?
I like it. I like how the map changes. I like on the airfield that it changes a little bit. I think it just has fun stuff in it. What I mean,
okay, there's a difference between fun and competitive.
I think it's fine. They can mix sometimes, and I don't think Hell's Heaven is that bad of a map. I think there are worse maps in the game for sure. I don't know.
Please indulge me.
I'm not a big fan of what is it? Hall of Jalia, the Wakanda.
Okay, no, that's
dominant. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like a lot of stuff on it. I don't know. I'm just not that big a fan of that one. Let me take you here though. What's your favorite map?
I'm ready.
You know, let me indulge me in your favorite map.
I would love to indulge you. I love indulging. I would say my favorite out of all of them is probably Yggdrasil is one of my favorites. I think the other payload map, Shin Shibuya, is probably my other favorite.
Yeah, the convergence
the default Deandras.
Yeah, I mean, I think Yggdrasil. You mean the convoy Yggdrasil, right? Not not the domination map. Okay.
The domination one's okay. I just don't like archives.
I was gonna say Odin's archives will never not anger me. That upper platform versus it.
If it was real, I'd burn it down.
Yeah, God, you could take it down, but unfortunately, it just comes right back up. Look at how the map goes.
Yeah.
It is
Does that still
unfortunate.
count as arson if it just builds itself back up?
It's like a 5-minute arson. You know, it's like maybe time-based.
The name of our next album.
Yeah, you have 5-minute arson. That sounds like a really good 2000s pop punk band. I'm here for it. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
We're up there with like the Blink 182s and the all-time lows. You know, 5-minute arson.
You, me, Luna Snow. I think we have a band.
I think so. I don't know if I could move like Luna Snow. I think I'm maybe built like 3 Luna Snows. But you know, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. But that's okay. You know, speaking of people that I think could form a band, I think our analyst desk, the duo Oingo Boingo, is actually going to be over there. It's Aluk and Sarale. Gentlemen, would you like to indulge us on maybe your favorite maps or some other things to do with the gameplay? Take us away. Take us on a journey.
Oingo Boingo here? Oh, that's our new band? What? I didn't even know. Oh, okay. Look. I'm not a big anime guy, so before we get into that crucifixion, let me just say, I'll gladly go ahead and chill out in Odin's archive. I love that map. I'm a Rocket main. I got a lot of Wily spots to be, so that's all I'm going to put down on the table.
Unfortunately, I did have technical difficulties, but we should be good now.
You're here. I hear you.
Me and Aluk are having a talk later because he doesn't know Oingo Boingo, and I'm the one who hates Hell's Heaven. It is the map I have the worst win rate on, and I'm surprised Vix likes it. It is one of 2 maps we have a negative win rate on, and I despise it with a passion.
Yeah, you guys are a duo. You guys play very often together, and I'm kind of over there like, can I play too? I'll just go back to the archives, read a book.
Unfortunately, I also hate the archives, but Shin Shibuya is my favorite map. Shout out to Keg. You have good taste.
All right. Everybody's hating on me.
What are we expecting to see in this game coming forward? I don't want to reveal all the cards on the table, but I will say there is a certain character that will likely appear in this game that will make one of our casters, it's Vix, very happy.
Not to name names, right?
I mean, I'm naming names.
Yeah, we're just throwing it down. So I do want to say, though, I'm very interested in seeing the lineups that we're going to be that these teams are going to be pulling out, because KC Strikers looks very constructed. Like, they know exactly what they're going to do. But the Pillarmen, on paper, they have a lot of fills. They have a lot of flexibility. And I think that they're going to have... I don't want to put on... I feel like I've been jinxing the teams I've been calling out, but I'm kind of leaning towards the Pillarmen so far.
I'm not leading either way. I just want to see a very good game because 2 of the DPS in this game, they're not even on the same team, are playing characters that we don't see too often. And I'm really hoping for a blowout performance from both of them. I think it's going to get very scrappy today.
I mean, we did see the Black Widow. We have seen here my tongue just jumped out my mouth. The resilient rival leagues. We have seen a lot of unexpected plays, a lot of unexpected team cops, and they've been working. So, you know, I really feel like the Notebook is going to go out the window again.
It is, because the 2 characters that I'm looking forward to, and I don't want to say because our players might be even watching this cast before they get into the game, they're characters we have not seen in the league just yet. Actually, we've seen one of them, but they didn't appear for too long.
Interesting. I'm trying to rack my brain, because I feel like we've seen like just about everybody except for, I don't know. Let me guess. Nope, I got nothing. I'm stuck on Iron Man, but we've seen Iron Man
to see in that. I'm not going to reveal anything at the moment.
We're holding our cards in.
Yeah, I'm holding the cards this time around. I don't want to get anything banned. Now, I believe our players are ready, and we're about to get started into the game. So I'm going to throw it back to 5-Minute Arson, casting from inside of Giganto.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I also don't know what Oingo Boingo is. It sounds goofy. I thought that was a Donkey Kong character, but apparently not.
God, the uncultured.
I'm sorry. I'm not 8,000 years old, Vix. I wasn't alive for the 80s. Tell me more stories of your bands, Grandpa.
There was somebody, you know what? I'm not even going to say it. Maybe somebody here was born in the 80s. You know, I don't know who it could be. Not one of us, maybe on the analyst desk. All I'm saying, hands are up.
Well, they didn't know who Oingo Boingo was either.
That's the
you
problem.
You were alive when they built Odin's archives.
I guess I am Odin. Like, I built it, you know. I just gotta cover one eye, you know. God, not even long enough. Yeah, you know what? That'll be the new nickname. I'll be Odin for the. You'll be Giganto, and I'll be Odin. You know what?
Badass. Yeah, I'll take Giganto. Yeah. Absolutely. What a confidence booster, huh?
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, I could see it. I mean, God, that'd be insane. But
Right, also calls me Giganto too. All right, we're just about ready to get into map number 1 of this next series. We're going to be heading over to see exactly what we can expect from... Is this Oingo Boingo? What am I hearing right now? Is that in this cast?
This could be Oingo Boingo indeed. I believe it could be.
We're going to get DMCA'd.
I mean, hey, this is Boingo Oingo, actually.
They're going to let down the big Giganto on us. Oh, there it goes. Music's gone.
That's unfortunate. But we are going to be getting into game number 1 of our second series of the day. Oh my goodness, it's too fun around here. I think we're having too much fun, Cake.
I mean, with Marvel Rivals, I'm always having too much fun playing rank. So, you know, I think it translates naturally to the desk as well. We are just about ready to head in. I think players should be in the lobby setting up.
Believe
yes, I
so.
can see
There
on
we
the
go.
other feed. And we have our beginning of the bans out. Bucky, Storm are gone, interestingly. Storm had her moment. She had her literal 15 minutes. But then the new season dropped, and we just haven't really seen much of her since.
Apparently, she's still pretty decent in high-elo. A fair amount of people, did take the time to learn Storm there in Season 1, still want to play her a little bit after the nerfs, which is understandable. Bucky, meanwhile, not a shocker at all, the bans coming out of Bucky. Now, meanwhile, Cloak and Dagger and Magneto saved here. That is very interesting. Doctor Strange actually going to be banned away. AC Strikers. Now let's see how the Pillarmen are going to respond with a Wolverine ban. Ooh, I love this.
Interesting. So Doctor Strange is banned out. They're like, okay, this is going to be a very melee-heavy comp. We're going to ban the Wolverine to shut that plan down right away. The Wolverine would have been a great counter to that Magneto, had it survived. But now that it's not there, Magneto absolutely going to be played. Well, I would say 100%, but Ashes and City Ocean playing anything but the Magneto with Groot and Thing now, and the Penny, actually. We are going to be seeing a lot more trap-style plays from Pillarmen.
I like this. I like this a lot, honestly. I'm really a big fan of the offensive Penny. Not enough people I play it. If you are able to just get a little bit of a, how do I want to say it? If you can get that perfect sweet spot, it feels so good. So good. I am a huge fan of it.
Vic, I just realized. You bring out the Thing, you bring out the Groot, you bring out the defensive Penny, right? Doctor Strange is banned. You're not going to have that same portal trickery like we did at the beginning of the last series. You can't portal directly into the Penny mines. There's only one way into the site, and that's going to be through the mines.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for them to get through all those mines, especially with the Thing. That is going to be who I really want to watch here. Falcio. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Falcio, actually.
Ooh,
Falcio.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is a wonderful name there. I love
that. That's like
that.
a tuxedo mask type name.
I was going to say, curious to see how he's going to get through these Penny mines with obviously his right side there just cleared off. Going to have to get a little bit far left, but oh my goodness. AC Strikers already with 2 picks there on to the Pillarmen. Thing looking possibly for this Invisible Woman. They'll be jumping away. Doesn't look like they might find much else here. Actually, City Ocean will be going down there as well. Penny going down. So many picks here left and right, Keg.
Yeah, this was a fantastic sweep from KC Strikers right away. We talked about the defensive capabilities that hypothetically should have existed for the 3 Vanguards. They did not put up a resistance at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. Now let's see what the Thing is going to be able to do up here. We have some Thing-on-Thing action. They will be punching each other. Wall's going to be going up from Groot. Big ult from that Moon Knight as well. Able to find 3. Baiju looking fantastic on the attack here. Look at these punches, the haymakers. God, watching the Thing, it's just, feels so good.
It feels so good, but really a lot of this has to come down to Skizzy and Baiju, who are laying down the law. The big distraction factor has been Falcio. Everybody else has been laying down those final connecting hits to really disable a lot of these attacking prowesses.
Ooh, man, I love this. And guess what? Giganto is ready there for Namor. Lone Wolf able to get a kill onto Ashes. Very nice to see this Punisher as well. Ooh, no. Narrowly doesn't die to the meteor. Giganto.
Moonlight are destroying these defenders.
That is just wonderful. Oh my goodness, this is just fantastic.
Like, I really want to see where these Onks are being positioned, because it feels like, I believe it's Pillarmen who are defending. They have not, I'm sorry, they are attacking. It feels like they have just not put up a resistance at all, and I'm curious to see what is breaking them up.
Yeah, this is going to be insane. We do have a big Thor ult. Fortunately, not going to be grabbing anything. Ashes trying to get onto Luna. Will have to pop that ult, unfortunately. Baiju is up taking down the Hela here. What are we going to be seeing? This is going to be crazy. I believe Ashes might just have to back up right now. The shield's going to be allowing him to just get out. Unless, actually, they might try and take space here over on this rock formation. Thing going to be walking up. But this might be close. They're actually going very deep here. The Awakening Rune used as well. Visible One trying to shield as much damage as she can here. All out from Cloak and Dagger as well. Trying to build these ults up. But the way Thor's going already halfway back to that ult, we might see another God of Thunder here soon, Keg.
Has Baiju even died yet?
I don't think so from what I remember. Ayres also going to be grabbing 2 kills over here on that Magneto, who, if you have to remember, was protected, and it's just getting so much value right now. And Bazaar, meanwhile, going to be on this Squirrel Girl, which I did talk about before our games earlier. Very excited to see that. The Scroll Tsunami just about to come out. Oh no, the elevation! That is so unfortunate. Oh my goodness. It's going to be stuck in the corner back there. A bunch of ultimates coming out here. We do have an Iron Fist as well here, Keg.
The Iron Fist, I don't know that will be enough for the onslaught that we're seeing from Strikers. This has been wild. Sorry, Strickers.
AC Strickers and the Pillarmen. Honestly, you know, we talked about Oingo Boingo earlier, and I feel, you know, we were almost talked about JoJo there for a second. Love the name The Pillarmen. Oh my god, one of my favorite group of antagonists. That is indeed JoJo's Part 2. Absolutely fantastic. Some of my favorite characters in the whole series. Just, oh, so happy to see it. Great team name. Also, big fan of the name Large Wet. That's a big fan. Oh my goodness!
I mean, I wish they could make anything large and wet right now, but unfortunately, it's been a big struggle for the Pillarmen thus far. Things have looked really good for KC Strikers. They've been doing a wonderful job, again, prioritizing their focus and taking down, at the very minimum, a 6v1 of what they want to target in each fight. They're really finding the biggest problems and then disabling them right away.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, they've been doing fantastically. Still, God, 4 minutes left for Strikers once they get back on attack. If the Pillarmen are going to be able to push through all this, really want to see how they do on this first push, because Sorale and Aluk talked a little bit about it, I believe, but Clintar first point is just cursed. It feels like just such a dominating performance for whoever has been attacking.
Well, theoretically, it should be much more difficult for teams without Doctor Strange.
Yes, of course,
but we
100%.
saw KC Strikers melt through that first point like it was nothing.
That's just absolutely insane. I was going to say, yeah, without the Strange, a lot of those high ground TPs aren't possible at all for whatever team is going to be attacking. The Squirrel Girl taking a lot of damage in the back. Groot walls used to try and get a little bit of high ground easier. Curious to see where the Groot is going to be going with these. Maybe trying to find and isolate any kind of target that he can on KC Strikers. Squirrel Girl still getting a whole lot of value here. Not used any of the CC yet, I believe. Speak of the devil, there it is. And God, I really love this pick here, Keg.
Oh, interesting. I like the stats that we had seen for a second, though.
Yeah.
Has Baiju died? I wasn't able to catch it when the screen was up. Baiju does have Moon Knight ult available now, and this will be a great funneling opportunity once more. Ayres having that prioritization on site. There it is. Does it lead to a kill? The answer is yes. That's Ashes to fall. A very, very good start thus far. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock still. Plenty of time for Pillarmen to revitalize their attack once more, but at this point, they need to find a way to stagger out the ultimates that KC Strikers have employed.
Great overhead view here. We do see the Pillarmen with that Cloak and Dagger ult. A massive field of healing and damage coming on in. We do see the Thing unfortunately go down. Both things go down here in this fight. Ayres trying to get back on the point here with that Magneto. They want to be able to defend this as long as they can, but unfortunately they do not want to stagger, so they will surrender the first point over to the Pillarmen.
This is really good for Pillarmen too. They have their capabilities to set up a lot with Ashes Groot to isolate out someone like Ayres the Magneto. And the backline control from Ambizar was a really good swap going to the attack to help disrupt a lot more of the prowess from Skizzy and Baiju, which was the biggest issue for KC Strikers.
Oh my goodness, Baiju with another kill there, actually onto Large Wet in the back. Namor as well. Skizzy Edge is going to be throwing those spears, chugging them left and right. Namor, such a wonderful job. Yeah, looking to see anything here. Giganto, your favorite's going to be up and ready for a Skizzy. Yeah,
don't threaten me with a good time.
No, not at all. I would never do that, but it's going to be an even better time once they come on out here. Curious to see if they're going to be, if they're going to be actually comboing it with anything, possibly Clobbering Time. We have Punisher going to be up in the air. Speaking of Clobbering Time, there it is. Whole lot of damage coming on in, but the defensive ults seem to be a bit too much right now. Skizzy actually with a double, killing Large Wet and Ashes. Now another kill onto the Punisher. The Thing, meanwhile, into it down. Skizzy with another kill coming out left and right. What can Skizzy do at the moment for KC Strikers, Keg?
Yeah, Skizzy is really elevated, and we thought it was high prowess in the first half, but this second half has been ultimately unstoppable for this Namor. I want to see Ambizar step it up and use that Squirrel Girl. It could be a great counter to the Namor, but unfortunately, again, Skizzy's positioning with how depthful this map can be has made it so difficult for any nuts to connect.
Very, very hard indeed. Namor forced to use the bubble to reposition there. Sitting in the back now. Grudo comes out. Moon Knight as well, trying to get anything. Baiju does find one. It's a 1-for-1 right now. KC Strikers might have to back up on this, but it doesn't look like it. More kills. Skizzy and Baiju, man. What a DPS line, doing so much work here for KC Strikers. First point was looking a little bit rough, but now here, it looks like they found their footing entirely.
Oh, man, I don't want to say this is a panic swap, but we saw this at the end of Pillarman's defense.
Yeah.
Kind swapping now away from the Punisher to the Iron Fist just to close up that gap of space a little bit. Even if it's just to disrupt Skizzy and make them not attack, you don't even have to get the kill against them Namor. You just have to find a way to stop this onslaught of damage.
Oh, are they going to be able to do it, though? Magneto, Ayres trying to pick up that kill as they were running away. Looks like they're going to be playing this corner insanely well. Speak of the devil, Ayres will find a kill there on to Cloak and Dagger. Another one on to Ashes. That's 2 members of the Pillarmen down. Make it 3. And only a few members left as they are trying desperately to push this in, but I don't know how they're going to do it. Like you said, changing over to Iron Fist. Oh, wait, there's the Moon Knight now, and Rocket.
Oh, okay, this Moon Knight's an interesting choice. Now, keep in mind, too, we are seeing triple Vanguard from Pillarman. 1 set of shields available. City Ocean going to be a human shield, and Ashes has the walls. It shouldn't be hard to close that gap. City Ocean's going to make his way in. Clobbering Time is available.
Are they going to be able to do it, though, is the question. I'm waiting to see it. These haymakers left and right, sucker punches. Is the Thing going to be able to Thing effectively enough? Rocket riding the shoulders of Groot right now. Kind, unfortunately, will be going down first on the side of the Pillarmen. KC Strikers losing a man as well. Pillarmen, another one goes down here, left and right. There's Clobbering Time. Try to put as much damage. Baiju ends up grabbing 2. Rocket and Groot both dying. A recipe for disaster. The Rocket and Groot team up, and KC Strikers with another masterful defense. Reed Richards is on the field, actually. Hold on a second.
Reed Richards and now Large Wet swapping to the Rocket pick is interesting to say the very least. There just needs to be more verticality control. I mean, remember, Lethal L in the last series brought up the Scarlet Witch just to deny this kind of opportunity that Strikers are bringing out. We could absolutely see something like that again. The Rocket, I think, is a great answer. This is something our analysts were talking about. The Rocket can be great for verticality control. Up close and personal, a great assassination tool.
Love this, though. Here we go. Ambizar up in the air with that Meteor M. Not able to kill anything, unfortunately. Not going to get too much value out of it. Kind does have that lead them to Khonshu here, but so does Baiju, and 4 members of the Pillarmen are down. OT has begun, and just like that, Keg, I believe KC Strikers have taken Clintar for themselves.
Absolutely, the Clintar once more dominated and conquested. Coming out from KC Strikers, they looked fantastic. There was really never, ever a moment of weakness in this first map, and I think similar to what we had seen in the last series, there was a specific game plan in mind, and there was an execute and focus value on who to prioritize for the entire team to attack. I want to look at the stats really quick, though. 9. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the wrong team. 41-1.
There we go.
And it's glitching
Holy.
out. Hold on.
Yeah, we gotta.
41 and
It's
1.
okay. It'll fix itself. There
38
we
and
go.
2.
Oh my
It felt
god.
like it really felt like not only was there not really a lot of focus coming out from Pillarman, there wasn't an opportunity to get the focus to focus on Baiju or Skizzy either. The both team members played so backline heavy, but still found frontline value that they were able to allow Ayres and Falcio to do whatever they wanted on their own frontline attack.
Yeah, that was just disgusting. The space created from them, it was just a back and forth, a symbiotic relationship, if you will, here on Clintar. Of course, the front lines enabling the DPS to do whatever they want, and the DPS enabling the front line. It was just a match made in heaven for both of them, and it was beautiful. Truly a wondrous thing to see.
I mean, it may have been a match made in heaven, but the way that we're seeing KC Strikers play right now, we might not be able to see the series go to Hell's Heaven.
God, it's going to be very hard for them. I feel like in this second game to be able to come back from that. Curious to see what the picks and bans are going to be as well. If we're going to maybe see a first round Magneto ban, which was just absolutely running the game this time. I loved the Magneto. A Moonlight ban we could possibly see as well. Baiju, of course, I believe I saw 27 final hits. And while Moon Knight is no stranger to doing damage, that many final hits needs to be studied. Scientists 1,000 years from now are going to be looking at this.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be dug up from deep under the archives, I'm sure. But the thing is, though, is I feel like you ban out certain duelists, it's not going to really change the game plan for either team. It wasn't really a specific character being locked in that allowed KC Strikers to win. It was the team as a whole having that same core value of playing together where, again, like last series, it fell pretty short for Pillarman. They need to step it up here for Spider Islands.
It's going to be very hard for them. I want to see more team cohesion. Like you said, we talked about it in the first set of games, banning Claire out of their Black Widow. And I, hate to bring it up again. Maybe I'm, beating a dead horse with it.
Claire enjoyers.
But yeah, of course, that would, you especially, I remember, I can understand, but now you're a bigger Giganto enjoyer. So that's, we're moving on to that one for this, especially with Skizzy's Namor that we got to see. Wondrous plays from them. But now, moving into this, I want to see a lot more cohesion from the Pillarmen, playing together, isolating targets, trying to find what they can. It felt like a lot towards the end as well. They were panic swapping. We saw Reed, we saw Rocket, we saw Iron Fist, we saw this left and right, and none of it ended up working.
Yeah, and of course, as armchair analysts, it's easy for us to say, just be more cohesive. That's a really hard thing to do as a team.
Of course.
We don't have the opportunity to listen to the team comms, but that's going to be the most important facet for an IGL, an in-game leader, to say, look, this is what we need to do, this is our game plan, and this is how we execute.
Well, instead of being armchair analysts, how about we take it over to the actual analysts, Sarali and Aluk? I would love to get your gentlemen's opinions on map number 1. Talk to us about it.
I'm jumping right into it. Thank you so much, guys. I'm sorry, Sarali.
They're not going to have to study this for thousands of years, because honestly, they're probably studying my notes at this moment. The chicken scratch that's on there. And I want to tell you guys now, the reason why Moon Knight performed so well in this game is because they planned it from the start. If you look back at this draft, they banned Storm and they banned Strange. Now you might think, why is this relevant? How many flyers are in this game? There's Johnny Storm, Storm herself, and Iron Man. Currently, Iron Man is having a big deficit in play rate after the changes that he's had recently and the nerf to the Gamma Charge. Team-up. We're not going to see Iron Man. Storm is still incredibly popular, still very versatile. Okay, why are those relevant? They've brought the game down. They've removed verticality. Everyone is grounded. This is where the second ban comes in. Strange. One of the biggest counters to Moon Knight is shielding, preventing the bouncing from hitting all this damage, building up all this ult charge, crushing your front line and back line as a result. The reason why they protected Magneto is not just Ayres' phenomenal performance, which, by the way, was stellar, but Magneto's shield cannot be up for as long as that. So, Baiju is in the back, able to free fire into shieldless tanks, getting free damage. This team had a plan from the very beginning and executed it perfectly.
I came in here. I unfortunately forgot to unmute myself here in Discord, so you didn't even hear a word I said. But everything you were saying, I was ready to jump. Usually you bring us in. I wanted to jump on that because you said everything I wanted to say. Zorala, you were cooking. Yes,
We're on the same page here.
we really are with this one because Pillarman had a lot of opportunity. I believe it was Vix talking about how those nuts weren't connected with Squirrel Girl, but she had the verticality. She has a chance to angle her shots, but they just weren't doing enough because Baiju Moon Knight had the high ground all the time. He was slashing the things down like he was Obi-Wan Kenobi, just laying down the hurt, and that's when those flyers really could have been used to shine. And another thought I had, because we haven't seen too much of him, is Jeff. I've never, as a whenever I'm on Moon Knight and Jeff steps up to play, coming from an off angle, he absolutely out DPSs me, and I can't deal with it. So that was another option for Pillarman to come through. And I think if they, really take a step back, take a look at what just happened because of that strong showing from KC Strikers, I think they're going to find some weak links in the chainmail.
Absolutely. I think the first thing for the Pillarmen to do is to go back, go to the drawing board, see what wasn't working. The Cloak and Dagger Protect, I don't think was worth it. I know they have a lot of Cloak and Dagger mains and even a Cloak and Dagger one trick, but they have a large roster. They do have players they can sub in and out to play around these things. Please keep in mind that these players are not limited to a 6-man squad. Some of them have 8, 9 players and additional subs on top of that. They can be incredibly flexible and have more cards than we even realize. I was hoping to see
100%.
City Ocean on Reed, but it seems he's playing tank this time around. I was hoping Vix would get to see Reed today, but that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, when the Reed came out, I was like, oh, he's going to get his passive out. He's going to buy his team a little bit of time, but that didn't quite happen. He died before the passive animation was able to pop off. So it was just, he immediately just said, no, this isn't the round. We're just going to have to give this one. And they're going to have to do a reverse sweep to really, put KC Strikers in their place.
Yes. So the reason why I brought up earlier about these flexible team compositions and large rosters is because the Pillarmen themselves are using one of their subs. I believe it is, let me double check the numbers here. Lilith is coming in as a DPS player who is a Celestial tier DPS. This could change everything. We've seen how compositions revolving around 1-star player can go. We saw it with Widow in our first match of the day, and we might have a repeat performance here. There's little information on this player. We don't know what kind of thing they could be doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools in the box available for the Pillarmen. They just need to decide what to do. But really, for me, the number one thing they need to do is figure out the priority band, because that Magneto and that Moon Knight really, really shone and stole the show.
Yeah, I think the Magneto has to go, and as much as it pains me to say, because he's not truthfully that good in the meta at the moment, I think you need to protect Strange just to get Moon Knight off the table.
Yeah.
You can't ban both of them, and it's a one or the other. You have to pick your poison here. If you force them to protect the Moon Knight, at least you know what they're going to be going into this game with.
I think players, these teams, they really need to emphasize how useful the picks and the saves are, or the bans and the saves, apologies. Because when they were able to save Magneto in the pick and bans for KC Strikers, their second ban was Doctor Strange, because they knew right then and there they were going to be able to play their Moon Knight comp. So there's been a lot of planning and a lot of playing being shown behind the scenes of KC Strikers.
Yeah, so I'm getting word now that Ambizar, who was playing the Squirrel Girl and other characters in that last game, is being switched out. So that is going to be a large difference in the team. I hope that with this switch and the change to the draft, that they're able to regroup and give us a solid game 2 to maybe reach Hell's Heaven for once. As much as I don't like the map, I do like a tense game 3.
We need that reverse sweep. So I think it's time to get into our next game. I believe the players are ready, and our analysts. I think we're done for now. Let's send it back to the casters.
We're the new analysts. Hello.
Yep, upgraded from armchair to main chair. Yeah, no more
Love my
armchair.
chair.
Like, look at that. I don't even have arms to
You
rest
don't have any
on.
arms.
No, I
We'll
just
turn
straight
you
up have
into
a
the next
kitchen
Bucky.
chair. Look at that. I'm just straight up in
Oh.
the. Yeah, no, you gotta make do with what you have sometimes. But
Yeah.
there was a bit to be had there. I don't know where I was going with that, but we'll go down a separate path.
I'm a big kitchen chair enjoyer. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's talk about it. Are we going to see Hell's Heaven? There's a new swap for a new player? Possibly. We could see it. I do think, and I hate to be the one to say it. I don't want to be the negative Nancy here, but I will be. I think the DPS for Pillarmen was very lacking. And again, it's easy for us in our, well, maybe not for you, but our armchairs to say it's the DPS's fault. But really, again, it's a team cohesion factor that separates a good team from a great team a lot of the time. And this could be the X factor needed to bring us to game 3.
I was going to say, we don't know too much about Lilith. As Sarali pointed out, Ambazar going to be the DPS out for this. We could do a little bit of a good cop, bad cop. I know you're, talking about you don't know if it's going to be more cohesive.
I'm a terrible cop.
I mean, well, yeah, that's okay. I'll be a shining example right now. I think depending on how much play they've had with Lilith before, it could be a better experience. Do I think the Pillarmen could come back in 2-1? Honestly, why not? If they can find that cohesion, like you said, that's the X factor, the glue, the binding agent they need right now. I want to see it so badly here, especially for a map like Spider Islands, which for our first round, Casey Ayres, oh my goodness, that was wow, they had a dominant performance on that. But let's find out what's going to be happening here.
Yeah, we're just about a few seconds away before we get into our picks and reserves. Again, I mean, the analyst brought up a good point. The winning factor might come down to before we even get into the server, depending on what gets banned out. Is the Doctor Strange going to be saved? What do you think?
I don't know too much. I mean, I would love to see a Doctor Strange
I think you know
save.
a lot.
Yeah, most of my knowledge is stuck there in Odin's archives, unfortunately. You know what I mean? I stored most of my brain cells back there. Haven't been back in about 1,000 years to get them. Might be atrophied. Might have decayed a little bit. Don't know the half-life on them.
I think your brain's squishier than ever.
Could be, honestly. A little bit, the Giganto got in there somewhere. Maybe a few Squirrel Girl nuts, flying around. I can feel them
nuts and
bonking.
Giganto. Perfect combo.
I really get me with that one, but I believe
I call that an average Saturday night.
Actually, there I am again. Actually, as you said before, I'm up there, the Master Weaver. That's going to be me in this case, as you said there, Keg. But let's see what these teams are going to be picking here for game number 2. Will this be another 2-0 series?
I mean, look, the analyst optimally pointed out that I was wrong, that I thought Clara would struggle more on the Black Widow back on Spider Islands in the first series. Again, I was wrong, though I would argue that a lot of it did come down to the other DPS getting those initial damages in and having the execute value. But I digress. I do think there is a lot of DPS value that needs to step up into this next game, and so I don't think a Black Widow will be available, but I wouldn't be surprised if more backline control will still be the name of the game for KC Strikers.
It's going to be very interesting to see. I see a Squirrel Girl hover down there from Ying actually right now, which I'm looking forward to, but looks to be a little bit of the same as before. There's actually a Squirrel. What is this? What are we? Okay.
The Squirrel Girl Johnny Stormband. Sure, why not?
Oh, is this disrespectful or is it me?
Maybe it's this. I guess I don't really see disrespect from this. I think these are just
could make
silly bans in theory from the attackers.
But Human Torch, I don't know.
No, the Inhuman Torch.
True. But yeah.
look, I mean, you're banning out one flyer. The other team reserves a flyer. I think this is a good anti-Moonlight strat coming out from Pillarman. It remains to be seen whether or not the Celestial player can be what's needed to take it up a notch, but I think having the Storm and the Hela, at least initially here, is a really good start.
Oh, well. I really want to see how KC Strikers is going to attack this. Going to be paying a lot of attention to Baiju, as we saw in the last game. MVP, I believe, with that Moon Knight, if I am not mistaken. So much damage and just everything you could want out of a DPS coming out of Baiju. But can't discount the rest of it as well. Falcio going to be on the Strange. Skizzy on that lovely Hela. Ayres going to be on the Mag. Ying on the Invisible Woman. And Lone Wolf on Luna.
This is
Lone Luna.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see from both of these teams. I do like the double strategist coming out from both. That's pretty part of the course. Skizzy on this Hela, though, could be a very good vertical counter to Cabo, who could absolutely have to duel this Hela in the sky and probably not win that fight. Let's wait and see, though.
Baiju,
group from Ashes good for the isolation. And that's the main spear tip that you needed from your team shut down. Both duelists are gone. I mean, who am I kidding? The entire team is gone.
Wow. That was a beautifully executed, less than 30-second team wipe from KC Strikers. Baiju coming out with a massive 2 early picks to just allow the rest of Strikers to run through the Pillarmen. That was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Nasty.
Yeah, that was a nasty onk. You could barely see it as well there for a moment. City Ocean going to be walking up, forced to dash on back. Baiju looks to be taking a little bit of an off angle, trying to get a flank here onto both supports. We're forced to actually use that cloak invincibility to be able to get back. A lot of good ground being taken here. And it's just kill after kill, Keg.
And there's just no time to set up if you're Pillarmen. This is a team that cannot stagger whatsoever. They need to set up, and they need to execute as a team. We've been saying it so many different times. Is that... No, never mind. I thought the full Fantastic Four had come out for one side with the team up, but no, I was wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, no Johnny. No Johnny, remember.
Once again. Yeah, that's right. The Storm is gone, losing the fight yet again to Skizzy. At this point, I'd be curious to look at the scoreboard and see how many kills Pillarmen have in general.
Gonna say it's very hard for them right now. Kind of gonna be switching over to the Punisher. They don't have a rocket just yet. Give Punisher that infinite ammo. Then gonna be clobbering. Actually, is this what the Pillarmen need right now? It doesn't look like it. Ayres and Baiju able to find 2 kills, make it 3. That's only 3 Pillarmen left. Ashes, Large Wet, and Kind gonna be the only ones left to try and stall this. 4 minutes and 17 seconds for KC Strikers to be able to push this, and it looks like they are trying to do just that. It is disgusting. Agamotto coming in. Ashes. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Vix, I have some bad news.
Hey, give it to
thanks
me.
to our
Give it to me,
wonderful
doctor.
production. I got you. Thanks to our wonderful production, we have the scoreboard on a separate monitor. Not a single kill has been given to the Pillarmen.
That is looking very rough. They are going to have to figure out what they need to do here, and fast. I can see Khonshu just about to rise here from Baiju, who's going to be able to take this off angle. They're not even really probably going to realize what's going on from the back. The moon haunts you. Skizzy picking up 1. Falcio picks up 1. Sorry, 2 for Skizzy. There's the first kill. Namor, I believe that is Lilith, if I'm not mistaken. Cabo able to pick up a kill. Able to take a second one in the form of Falcio, but will end up going down to Lone Wolf. We see Ashes going to be switching over to the Venom here in Keg. This is rough.
Yeah, this is incredibly rough. It really feels like, again, the prioritization's not in the right spot right now for Pillarmen. We've gotten an update for Pillarmen. We're on live Pillarmen Watch. They have 3 kills to their name. Make that 4 now. 4 for the Pillarmen Watch. But even then, that being said, it's been rough. Baiju finally falls. Skizzy does have Goddess of Death available. This is a notoriously rough point to use it on because of that left elbow corner makes it difficult to find an impact on. But once the Spider Bot gets this final elevated pitch, it's going to be a lot easier to use this all.
He's gonna say it's
speaking
gonna
of the
look
devil.
lovely. Yeah, there it is right there. Clobbering time there. Pillarmen, again, just trying to find their footing. This spider bot has not stopped at all until now, essentially. Trying to find anything that they can. No dash for a few seconds. Nobody to jump to either, unfortunately. Ashes will be in the back now, trying to stall as much as they can for the Pillarmen. And do I see Baiju switching over from the Moon Knight onto Baby Jeff? And now an Agamotto coming in from Falcio. Baiju unfortunately goes down, but the cart is still pushing. Strikers able to take out so many members of the Pillarmen. No Magneto ultimate, unfortunately, just yet. Ying going to be putting in a bunch of healing. Has that disappear? Speak of the devil. Baiju with 2 kills onto the backline. This Jeff is wreaking havoc.
I mean, really, you can put Baiju on anybody and they'll find DPS capabilities. Jeff available, that's going to get rid of all the defenders on the point. What a way to close it out. I think that was all 5 remaining players that was sucked up by Jeff.
That
is a brutalization.
That is not what you want to be seeing if you are a fan of the Pillarmen at the moment. 3 minutes still left. If the Pillarmen are able to push it all the way, 3 minutes is what Strikers have. Oh my god, this is going to be rough. This has to be very demoralizing right now, but you can't let the emotions get to you right now. They need to lock in and push that cart, Keg. I want to see them do it.
Skizzy and the Black Panther will be great for the backline control. Disrupt Lilith. That'll be gigantic. But again, the ethos of the strats that we see from Pillarmen still has not changed. It's still a dive comp regardless if you're attacking or defending.
30 seconds before
And
you attack.
it really feels like these vanguards are not getting the help they need, whether it be from the duelist or the strategist from heals.
It's really, really unfortunate. It is sad to see at the moment. Actually, Baiju, what are we doing here? Are we going to put a little bit of a silly onk, or are we just going to be playing all the way up here? I see a portal as well coming out there from Falcio. Skizzy, I wonder where Skizzy's actually going to... Oh my god. There's no way they're going to be... Are they doing the Invisible Woman? Is she up there? Oh, please tell me. No. Did she get one? I could barely see it. Looked like they just flew past it, but it... Well, a little bit of a try to cheese them. Unfortunate there. Wasted the portal cooldown, but, you know, I guess they want to try anything at this point. Baiju gonna have to back up. Oh, great kill there from Namor onto Baiju. That's a great early pick from them, actually. Take it down.
Yeah, this has been a solid start from Pillarmen.
Yeah, no, love to see it. That is going to be massive for them. Skizzy gonna be taking out into it there on the Luna Snow. Okay, you know, I have to ask, how are they gonna push through this? Baiju is gonna be back soon. Skizzy is down. What's the winning factor here? What's the deciding factor?
I mean, it feels like for the first time this series, there's actual tangible pressure up against KC Strikers. City Ocean is laying down the law, creating so much space with the helps of Ashes. Now, the supports have been going down consistently. Kind is back once more. Large Wet soon to be exiting this world too. You can't stagger your team too much, and really the team now needs to back off on the attack and wait for Intuit to get back. Lilith is close to reckoning though. Giganto will return into the next movie. It's just a matter of using him correctly here after this first ult push from Baiju.
Here we go, a little bit of an overview. Trying to get around this corner, the moon onto you. Baiju does end up grabbing the rocket. Kind will be killing Baiju in return. Ayres with a pig as well onto the thing. This is going to be a little bit rough. I have to emphasize it. Every Spider Island. But if they are not able to push this, that's going to be the set for them. We again won't get Hell's Heaven. And that'll be a weekend without an entire map, which I would have loved to have seen. But I believe I want to see them push it. Large Wet getting awfully low there. Rocket going to be killed off the shoulders of Groot. Invisible Woman comes out as well. Keg, what's going on here?
So here's a question for you. Where is Skizzy? He hasn't
I don't know.
the kill feed at all. He almost has his ult ready. What
There
is
he goes. He
happening?
just
He's
killed
back
into
like
it.
Demon. There it is. Into it gone. He does get traded out by City Ocean, but that's enough of a distraction factor to keep the thing away from the front lines. Big defense tactic now from KC Striker. They have reclaimed the Spider Bot once more.
I was gonna say, I would absolutely love to see a little bit of Skizzy when they're able to come back, but oh, the moon is haunting. Baiju about to go down.
Okay, Lilith.
And I believe this is the Pillarmen actually gonna be able to push this on through.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised now if we see Skizzy swap off to a new duelist. Baiju swaps to the Punisher.
Hella.
Might be better to have a little bit more consistent damage output now from the Punisher. Skizzy does swap to the Hella.
This is going to be insane. Skizzy, yeah, on the Hella. Baiju on Punisher. Like you said, consistent damage going to be insane. Falcio with the Penny. Curious to see how they're going to be utilizing this a little bit more here on the second point. Really enjoying what Ashes is doing on the Groot. Still surprised to see Rocket on the shoulder of Groot so much. I don't know about you, but I feel like, you know...
I think it's necessary, man. I can't disagree.
Oh, the BRB beacon. Unfortunately, going to be found out a little bit too out in the open there. Magneto. Oh, great shield. Oh, what's that? Wait, what? Oh my God, that was... What happened there? Did it just get
Just
popped?
chaos. And which way you look, my guy. The turret's out now, and this is just funneling in all of these attackers attempting to make their way in. Ashes and Large Wet are now staggered. We had seen Ashes fall, Large Wet survived, and now that Ashes makes his way back into the front lines, the Rocket is gone too. There is, though, little snow available. What the Hands of the Reckoning could create some pivotal space off this first choke.
Let's see now, City Ocean trying to go on in, getting a little bit of health on the Thing, trying to punch anything, get those Penny Mines out, gets frozen. Whole lot of damage coming out. Luna ult will be healing. Few kills Pillarmen are able to find on the KC Strikers, as in 4 members of the team. And it looks like Falcio and Skizzy, they're going to have to back up and wait for the rest of the team unless Skizzy actually gets picked off here. Right from Penny to be able to just allow Skizzy to barely get out there from that Groot, but Falcio will indeed go down for the heroic attempt.
And this goes back to the consistency of what Lilith Omakabo can bring to the table from game 1 to game 2. Lilith was not playing last game. Instead, it was a triple Vanguard stack that did not find the effectiveness needed. Now Lilith is leading the charge in these kills, isolating out Baiju and Skizzy. Last game, they only died a collective of 2 times, but this time now they're facing real opposition. City of Ocean now enabled, finding much more impact to lead the charge.
Gonna be rough for them. They need to lock in at the moment. Large Wet just about to go down there. This Luna ult allowing them to get so much space back from the Pillarmen. KC Strikers now on the offensive, basically. Yeah, what are we gonna see here? Magneto taking a lot of damage, will be forced to bubble. There's Giganto coming on out. The Meteor gonna be able to take down Kind there on the side of the Pillarmen. Now Thor as well. We forgot to talk a little bit about this. Falcio off the Penny. Going to be going on in that Awakening rune left and right. Skizzy unfortunately going to be going down. But Ying's Rocket, the BRB, will bring them back up. Thor slamming right into Large Wet there on the upper stairs. Holy.
One of our analysts said that this matchup would be very scrappy, and they are completely right. This is scraptacular.
Yeah, and only 45 seconds left on the clock for the Pillarmen. They've been doing what feels like such a just better job than the first round we saw. But now, with 30 seconds left on the clock, do they have the time tag?
It's going to be hard to say whether or not they have enough time left now. Large Wet, of course, does fall. That's going to be the Cloak and Dagger re-equipped, but not long for this world once more. 2 are left alive. Kind has 0 HP, and Intuit cannot do anything as Luna by themselves in a 1v6.
Oh, that is just so rough. Kind ends up going down, 5 seconds left on the clock, and I believe this is going to be KC Strikers taking Spider Islands from the Pillarmen, winning the series 2-0, Keg.
It was a great change around from Pillarmen from game 1 to game 2. Lilith came into the server, brought a lot of anchoring value to the team. But at the end of the day, some of that value was also given because, well, you may have been a little right, Vix. I think maybe in the bans there was some trolling, and at first point there was definitely some trolling coming out from KC Strikers. But once they locked in, things became a lot more evenly put out, and Lilith, 21-11, laid down the law even when the trolling ended.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that was just a wonderfully executed game from KC Strikers. Just, chef's kiss, Keg. Chef's, all the chef's kisses.
We got to make out with the chef after that one. That was
I
beautifully made from KC Strikers.
I guess so. That was just, oh my god, the chef cooked. He cooked
Oh,
too
yeah.
hard. Cooked too hard.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
a 5-star Michelin meal.
Congrats to them, though, on a beautiful series 2-0 up against the Pillar Men there. What a great day of games. You know, Keg, having you on so far, it's just been wonderful, and I hope you've been enjoying the games. I know you said you enjoyed those first round of games, but I know you're enjoying this even more.
You know what? I have a feeling that as we continue in the tournament, I'm going to be enjoying games more and more and more. They've just been getting higher and higher level.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going and going. The metas week by week are going to change in and out. I'm excited for more patches. We talked about it yesterday. We're going to be even going into season 2, I believe, of Marvel Rivals, which apparently some vampire hunter might be coming in the game. We might be going to
I like vampires.
a certain Hellfire Gala next season.
Simon Belmont, huh?
Yeah, it could be Simon, but could be any Belmont. Trevor, we never know what's going on here, but I am definitely excited. These games today were fantastic.
Yeah, they absolutely were fantastic. And of course, it can't just be us to say that they were fantastic, too.
Of course.
We need to hear the analysts validate us and say that they were also fantastic.
Well, I think with the slip of the tongue earlier, I think they are the desk and the analysts and everything like that. So I do apologize. I didn't mean to take that away from us. So
okay, we're the armchair analysts now.
Yeah, we're gonna do the casting and all the work.
Oh God, please don't make me go back there.
Okay, you can say. I like you.
Okay, good. All right, those games were fantastic, though. I said it would be decided in draft phase, and I do think that was correct. Despite KC Strikers throwing out a Johnny Storm and a Squirrel Girl ban, we ended up seeing no Magneto ban. Ayres was unshackled, continued to make so much space for their team, and we might have gotten a peek into one of the weaknesses of the Pillarmen. Despite having both Magneto and Strange available, neither were played.
I think we see weaknesses of both teams. It's just that this time, Pillarmen weren't able to see what we're seeing here on the analyst desk, and they weren't able to capitalize on that. So I hope we're able to give you some advice for next time that these teams face off later on in the season, because the playoffs are definitely a thing they could always be facing each other again. So that being said, yeah, the Squirrel Girl band, the Human Torch band, Luna Save, they knew exactly what they were setting up for.
The bands were, but we said they had potential, but I think they were a little nonsensical there, except for that Luna Snow save. I think Luna Snow has been integral so far for every single game. Her ultimate's amazing. The fact that her stun or freeze, whichever one, same mechanic, has been pretty pivotal. It stopped a couple of strange ultimates. It gotten a couple of key picks, more importantly.
Yeah, we definitely also saw that happen in our first match of the night of Ayres versus Moonlights. They made a lot of use of the Luna ice ball. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But what I'm really still focused on, though, is here on Spider Island. KC Strikers was really worried about the airplay. They were worried about flyers. We called it, and even though there was a storm save, I think they should have stuck with the storm in the second round for Pillarmen. I think they should have played storm on the attack, not so much on the defense.
I think, regardless of whether way they went storm or Namor, Lilith or Omkabo did a wonderful job, even though it was a very last-minute substitution. In their last game, and their only game actually, if we want to bring up the stats right now, they had a total of 14 final blows, 21 kills, most in their whole team, and also put up a staggering 18k damage. They were almost matching up with the enemy DPS on their own. Kind of an uphill battle for them, but
there's no denying how impactful Omkabo. We'll figure out how to say these names. We have a lot of players. They bring a lot of creativity, but Omkabo definitely, had a spotlight of the damage. The last hit 24 kills, but 14 last hits. That is still impressive stats to put up on the board.
Absolutely. And, I heard our caster say it midway through the match where it's like, where's the Black Panther? What is he doing? He's not showing up on the feed. If you were looking at the in-game stats, he had far more damage than Baiju did on the Moon Knight. What was happening is that he was dealing damage in the backline, taking the attention away from the supports, and Baiju was cleaning them up.
Yeah,
It was a
100%.
pretty dynamic duo back there.
Yeah, Baiju and Skizzy really are showing some team dynamic, some practice hands there. I think that's when you have a good pair of duelists. Is one, it doesn't matter if who's cleaning up the kills, as long as you're setting them up so the rest of the team can capitalize. That's the beauty of divers. We kind of, again, I do want to highlight Space. It was exactly what he was doing with Captain America yesterday. He wasn't getting a lot of kills, but he was drawing a lot of attention, and sometimes that's all you need to get the edge on your opponent.
Yes, it's not the kill feed that matters the most. Sometimes diverting attention away from those strategists is just what you need to make those vanguards fall.
So here at Team Resilience, we have a phrase. We say, keep climbing. And I really do want to emphasize that for all of our teams. This is our first week, and we have 6 more weeks of regular play, and then our playoffs. So there's a lot of time to improve. That being said, I really think that Pillarman, again, just like Moonlights earlier tonight, they have a lot to learn from. And I think over this week, they need to take some time and really identify where their strengths are and develop. Because one thought that came to mind, though, was the hero pool difference between both of these teams. We saw a lot of support changes for Pillarman, and when they did switch out Akabo from the other player, the Squirrel Girl player. I'm sorry, I'm missing out on the name.
And Bizarre.
So many. And Bizarre. Thank you. There's so many different players. Just trying to expand on the skills that you have already are going to be really important, because in a competition like this, your opponent sets the bar, you got to meet that bar, and then you're going to push them further. Then it's a question of who's going to come up to get to that next level first. So I really hope that Pillarmen take this to heart and spend this next week before their next match practicing, learning where they can implement some of the tools that this game presents them.
Absolutely. And just to reiterate, this is only the first week. There are more players in their rosters. There is more time for them to not only form synergy, but develop those hero pools. We can see a completely new form of all of these teams after the knowledge that they've gained on both themselves and the other teams that have played earlier this week and today. These next weeks are going to be either explosive or going to be mind-altering for how you view these teams. Some of them seem like they rolled over it and died, but that's really not the case. A lot of them put up a really good fight, far more than what the initial rounds expected.
Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth yesterday. I really thought that, especially this last match with Pillarman's KC Strikers, I thought they were going to be able to take it back. I thought they were going to be able to push for that game 3, but it just didn't happen. I think we're really going to know who our leaders are headed out of next week. So until then, I think are you ready to send it back to the casters? Do you have any final notes before we wrap up our first week here at the Resilient Rivals League?
Even if you had started this week out with a 2-0 record or an 0-2 record, everything can change. Don't get comfortable. Keep grinding.
Keep climbing.
Honestly, I think the real advice is just to love a Giganto.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say something about that. I knew it. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm that predictable.
I'm reading you like a book in my archive, my big Odin's archive. You know what I mean? It's
all I'm saying is you have your archives. I got my Giganto. We know each other so well.
Yeah,
but the thing is, though, if you're that readable here, you can't be that readable in game.
I don't think we're. I will have to say though, Keg, it's been a great first date between us today. And I'm expecting more on next week's date, because on Saturday I will have a date with Kaffer for our cast on Saturday, and then I get you back on Sunday. So I get the 2-for-1 special over the weekend. But I'm definitely excited for it. We have a lot more games coming, as Sarale said, in or I'm sorry, Outlook as well. 6 more weeks of regular play of these teams playing, Keg. How could you not be excited?
You know what? I was born to be excited, and with these teams, I'm going to be dying excited too. And I can't wait to see how they all play out. Of course, big thank you to everyone that followed the channel, followed us on social media individually. I believe donated bits as well, bought the merch from the ad that we had today. I want that merch. That looks awesome.
Right? Yeah, it was just oh my God, all the merch is so lovely. I'm sure there's more than enough links in chat. You guys should go click on them, grab some of that TR merch. Who knows? We might be even rocking some TR merch soon, you know, pretty in the future. Yeah, you know, in the future for some chaos, you never know. But, you know, you'll be, you know, you're picking up what we're putting down. But again, big thank you to everybody. A big thanks to the production team, the analyst desk, everybody in the background, all of you out there. Everybody, thank you truly so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Even if you're not born yet, thank you.
Yeah, you know, you can watch the VOD in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's just everybody. Thank you so much. It's truly wonderful to have you all here. And I think that's going to be it from us over here on the caster desk. Until next weekend, everybody, you can catch us same time, same place, Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Don't get it twisted. Join the TR Discord. You will find out all the times and even more about what it means to be resilient. But for right now, I was Vix, and this was Keg. Might be Keg next weekend. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe for next weekend. But until then, catch y'all later.
Hi guys, my name is Lovely.
Oh, hi.
And I'm a content creator for Team Resilience. The best way to show off my resilience is with my favorite product, the Dear Person Behind Me hoodie. I love this hoodie so much, from the way that it fits to the color. My favorite thing about this hoodie is the message on the back. You never know what somebody is going through, and you never know who's going to read it. So it means a lot to me that I could just spread a little bit of positivity just by wearing a hoodie. I wear this hoodie so much that it's not even white anymore. If you want to match me and get the same hoodie, you can use my code LOVELIER at checkout. And don't forget, orders over $100 US is free on shipping.